This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Damn, coming in hot with a question already. Devil EMS. I'm ready for it. Hit me with it. What's your question? Hayes, good evening. Welcome. It's the Troll Patrol, live. After finishing a Nirvana listen through, are you wanting something in the same genre? I always recommend the Melvins. They are my favorite grunge band. On the other hand, a song from Alice in Chains' new album, one of the new albums. They've made like 3 new albums since Lane Staley died. I love the news. I've seen him live. The new lead singer, amazing. So if you wanted to do like an Alice in Chains listen through, and then you get the 3 new albums at the end, I think all 3 of them are just as good as the 90s albums. There you go. The Melvins, Alice in Chains. Wild card, you say? Wild card. I'll give you 2 and 1 wild card. Let me think. Glass Animals. Fucking Glass Animals. I think I did good for being put on the spot there. Also, good evening. Welcome. Glass Animals are, Curiouser says she would like, they're like a dream pop. Is kind of the way I'd describe them. They're like a groove pop. They're so fucking good. I love them. The Melvins, Alice in Chains, Glass Animals. The Melvins are a little overwhelming. So you might not want to do a complete listen through with them, because they made a lot of albums and EPs and shit. So you may want to go find like the 20 greatest Melvin songs or something. Put it on a drive, put it on your list, something like that. Because they're like Frank Zappa. It's hard to know where to get into if you don't have somebody to like curate for you. Because they have so many fucking albums. But also, I think like, to me, the Melvins, other than like they've got some experimental shit, some noise kind of shit. Other than that, their actual songs, I don't think you can go wrong with. I like all Melvin songs. But there will be like songs where there's like 7 minutes of like grunting. Highly recommend Alice in Chains. I love old school Alice in Chains. I was a huge fan of Lane Staley. For the longest time, I thought it was Lance Daly. It is Lane Staley. Sorry. I got a meme for you. A lot. I said a lot, my friend. They've probably put out like 7 in the last 4 years. So I think they put out 2 this year. 27? That's not as many as I thought it would be. I thought it'd probably be like 40. I would, if you wanted to do albums, if you wanted to do full albums, God, was it something with Boots? Houdini was the name of one of them. Do those 2. Something with Boots and Houdini. And then like Stoner Witch or something like that. Those are like probably like the 3 best ones. Devil, fucking Frank Zappa has something like 500 goddamn albums. Because I have his entire collection. And a lot of them are re-recorded versions of songs, different versions of live songs. It's insane. Here's your meme of the day. Eventually I'll be done with the break dancer. I promise. I saw this one. I'm like, God damn, that's the best one. DJ Dub, good evening. Alice in Chains is going to be far more manageable for you because there's like 5 Alice in Chains 90s album. I think one of them might even be an EP, so you like if you're only doing albums. And then you get like the 3 after Lane Staley's death. Mitochondria, good evening. Welcome. We got all kinds of news. A lot of cop bullshit going on. What's going on in Ohio is what I'm saying. Ohio man died in police custody. Another Ohio cop killed a pregnant black woman. An Arkansas cop has been fired for beating a suspect who was detained inside of the vehicle. Kansas cop was charged in the raid that happened about this time last year, where they tried to shut down a newspaper's investigation. Caused a huge stir. We got the old lady cussing out the cops. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. Former cardiologist has been convicted of sexual assault. A dude jumped off a bridge in Florida to avoid arrest. A man also in Florida, I do believe this was in Tampa. Man drove into a strip club, apparently on purpose. We're going to watch cops use some VR for training. I'm sure that's going to be funny to me. I'm sure the news organization didn't mean it to be funny, but I am certain we will think it's funny. Ukraine continues their invasion of Russia. We are currently on Iran attacks Israel watch. Protesters calling for a ceasefire shut down a freeway in LA. Also, we're going to talk about the parade route for DNC protesters in Chicago. We are less than a week away from the DNC. The UAW is filing charges against Trump and Elon Musk. Trump is suing the DOJ. Also says he is going to flee to Venezuela if he does not win the election. We're going to hear from a Minnesota bar owner on his thoughts about Tim Walz. Tim Walz is going to tell us that that dude can lick his ass. I don't think Tim Walz said that. No, not at all. Trump's campaign office in Virginia was broken into. Caitlin Collins was on with Stephen Colbert, apparently made some comment about CNN being unbiased and got laughed the fuck out of the Ed Sullivan Theater. The newest Katy Perry video, called Lifetimes, is currently under investigation for environmental harm. Does Biden have COVID again, Libertad? Good evening. Ponder Monkey, good evening. Is it a nice ass? I might pay the $5. Who knows? I'm tempted. I'm tempted to find out if you're charging for it. And you're never going to believe the latest company to go woke. Motherfucking Harley Davidson. All that and a lot freaking more tonight on the Troll Patrol Live. And if you are going to lick someone's ass, I have some advice for you.
Life is too short to walk this earth for a crusty asshole. Wash your ass.
I am not high enough for this shit. If you are a right-wing dipshit, many of whom I've been trolling on both Twitter and now that I'm back on Facebook, I've been trolling on Facebook again. You're welcome to call in. The number is 917-830-4359. Minty, good evening. The reminder to get high or the reminder to wash your ass? Or both. Both are good advice. You will get a lot higher if you have a clean ass. Okay, that's probably not true, but you will enjoy your high a lot more if you have a clean ass. Because if you got an itchy asshole, you ain't going to concentrate on being high. You ain't going to concentrate on the music you're listening to or the TV show you're vegging out to. Nope, you're going to be concentrating on your itchy asshole, and you don't want that. You don't want that. I don't want that. Nobody wants itchy asshole. So please.
Life is too short to walk this earth for a crusty asshole. Wash your ass.
Why am I like this? I don't even know. I was going to make tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. I got those. I really like those. You get the shells, the old El Paso shells that are dusted in the nacho cheese. So you can do your Doritos Locos tacos at home. I really like those. I got a set of those. I was all ready to make some tacos before the show. And guess what? I was running the dishwasher, and 2 of my 3 skillets were in the dishwasher. My third is a deep ass frying pan. I deep fry things in it, and it has oil in it. And it was the last of my cooking oil, and I didn't want to dump it out because I almost did. I almost dumped out my cooking oil from that pan. You're watching Machete? I was watching Breaking Bad, and Danny Trejo was a guest star. It is a sad story. I don't have a cast iron anymore. That is probably my next kitchen purchase. Is I will get a cast iron because I fucking love them. When I made my last kitchen purchase was a food processor. I got a food processor. And I actually made my own taco sauce. And it is so fucking good. With fresh tomatoes. In my food processor. I use the food processor a lot to make potato chips. Mitochondria, I had an immersion blender, but I didn't get, like, it was $40 or $50. Maybe I didn't get a high end of it, but it never worked right. It didn't do the job. Because I wanted to get it for, like, tomato soup. Or barbecue sauce. I made barbecue sauce a lot on my own. But, like, you really want to smooth that shit out, so you get an immersion blender. Mine never did fucking work. I hated the goddamn thing. So instead of an immersion blender, I got a food processor this time. So now, I want to make barbecue sauce. I put all my shit, and, like, I'll roast my tomatoes and shit, and then put them in the immersion blender. Bloop, there's my base. Well, I didn't have any luck with them. Or the one I had. So that's just my recommendation, that I would say get a food processor instead. I'd drop like $60 on a food processor, and pretty much everything that I'd use the immersion blender for. You might need to let your soups cool down a little bit before you put them in the food processor. But when you do that and then put it back, heat them back up. I'm sorry, I'm going off on food. You get me to start on food, I'll talk about food all night long. But we need to find out what that news be doing. Why this is Major Garrett or whatever the fuck his name is. Why did he looks AI? What the fuck is wrong with him? Tell me that doesn't look good. Is this Anger AI? That's not even Major Garrett, is it? This is Major Garrett knockoff. Brought to us by AI. I'm not even going to play it. I just want to sit here and look at him. Is it not Major? I don't remember which one's Major.
Ukrainian forces are still trying to advance deeper into Russia's Kursk region.
KitchenAid usually makes
Ukraine began its stunning, unprecedented operation across the Russian border. The first foreign incursion into Russia since the Germans, the Nazi army.
Libertad or UAI?
Now several thousand Ukrainian troops are estimated
you on to me?
inside Russia. But despite Ukraine's advance, the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry is telling reporters that, quote, it's not interested in taking the territory of the Kursk region. So for more, let's bring in ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell. He's live in London. Ian, good to see you. Well, if they're not trying to take territory, what are they doing there?
This is like David Bowie's Wario.
President Zelensky is being a little disingenuous there. I mean, there are a number of potential objectives here. One could be to try and get Russian...
Kind of looks like Mac's mom from Sunny in Philadelphia.
On the front lines throughout the summer, Ukraine has been playing defense.
Libertad, they killed Prigozhin, didn't they? That was the dude that tried to do the mutiny. They killed that motherfucker. He died in a plane crash, helicopter crash, something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
To try and get...
Because of course he did.
...relocated back into Russia. That would alleviate the pressure on the front lines. I think actually holding some land inside Russia will potentially...
Holiday, good evening.
Some kind of flexibility in any potential peace talks. In other words, you could trade land for land. And the third, I think, is just to unsettle Vladimir Putin.
I picture you
trouble in his own backyard. The way
twirling your
had
mustache.
to experience. We've seen significant numbers of people being forced to evacuate from their homes. Of course, the Russian media is tightly regulated, but it's still a huge problem.
Yeah, and he certainly looked very upset in his comments, as he would be.
Oh, he fell out of a window.
From the beginning. Well, what did you make of it when you heard that
a business jet
troops had crossed the border? How serious is this, do you think?
I mean, I think
what I thought, plane crash.
Rightly sceptical about how significant this could be, especially because they are on the back foot. I mean, in some senses, they've been
trying to fuck with me
inside Ukraine. What was it that they could possibly deliver? I mean,
I'm gullible.
The architect of this offensive is General Syrskyi. He's now the commander-in-chief of Ukrainian armed forces, but he's also the man who masterminded the defense of Kyiv at the start of the war, and also that lightning Kharkiv offensive again over a year ago, where they took vast amounts of land from Ukraine. It's audacious, it's very bold, and it could well work.
And probably good for morale for the Ukrainian people who have been suffering so much. Ian Pannell in London, thanks very much.
Shut up, Lester. Oh, wait a minute. Shut up, Major. I don't even know if that was Major. One of them white dudes at ABC is Major Garrett. Was that him? Major Garrett probably works for CBS. Hagen Random, good evening. Welcome in. Good morning to you. I became known kind of locally for the way I said good morning when I was doing the news back in the mid-2000s. I stole it from Wayne Gelman on Air America Radio. But I always had to pronounce good morning. Good morning. It's changed to good evening. On the freaking news, it's have a great freaking day. Judge Reinhold, that's a different guy. That's a completely different guy, Libertad. We are currently on Iran strikes Israel for being the dicks that they are watch. I feel like Israel has it coming. Everybody's trying to warn Iran. But, like, somebody needs to smack them in the fucking mouth. And who better to do it than Iran?
Next to the Middle East, UK Prime Minister
let them fight.
Has urged Iran to refrain from attacking Israel. His comments in a phone call with the new Iranian president are part of a...
Why aren't you telling Israel not to attack Iran?
...in the region. The White House has warned Iran could launch what it describes as a significant attack on Israel as soon as this week. It's rushing an aircraft carrier strike group and a guided missile submarine to the region in a show of support for Israel.
Yeah, apparently with post-haste is what they're saying.
In Lebanon, Hezbollah have both vowed to avenge last month killing of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh and a top Hezbollah commander. As the military and diplomatic pressure increases, top US diplomat Antony Blinken is scheduled to travel to the Middle East on Tuesday. Well, our Middle East correspondent Hugo Bashega standing by for us in Beirut.
It's Tuesday today, isn't it?
Through this phone call, what we know about it with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Yeah, Louis, so it was a rare phone call between the UK Prime Minister and an Iranian president. The last time a phone call between the two leaders happened was in 2021, so it shows...
that wasn't that long ago.
The British Prime Minister saying that there was the risk of...
I think he's going to say like 1975 or some
now
shit.
is the time for... careful consideration. Now, there has been a response from Iran. This morning, the Iranian state news agency reported that the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian told the Prime Minister that
make Israel and Iran hug it out.
A response to the assassination that happened in Iran as the solution to stopping crime and aggression. And he also said that the support of some Western countries for Israel is irresponsible. So some strong words there from the Iranian president in that phone call that happened yesterday with the British Prime Minister. And again, part of this huge coordinated diplomatic effort from Western countries to try to de-escalate tensions with Iran. Iran has promised to retaliate following the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, the Hamas political leader in Tehran 2 weeks ago. Both Iran and Hamas...
I just don't understand it. Why is Iran expected not to retaliate? If the U.S. had a commander that died, fucking we would retaliate. We absolutely have.
Blame Israel for this assassination. And as you said, there are concerns here in Lebanon that Hezbollah, the powerful militia,
because they're genocidal fucking maniacs. Random
wide-scale attack on Israel in response.
It sounded like I was scolding you or some shit. I wasn't. I didn't mean to.
Here in Beirut, so real concerns that
it's such a dismissive tone.
This could lead to a wider.
My apologies. I'm not high enough.
The Americans again are saying that they're going to do everything to protect Israel. They're sending more military assets to the region, and the hope here is that a ceasefire in Gaza could help de-escalate tensions here. Talks are expected to happen on Thursday, but I think there is very little hope that any kind of major progress can be reached.
Okay, Hugo, thank you very much for that. Hugo Bashega there.
Major was in the last news report.
Right, Hugo was just mentioning there the war in Gaza. We're going to get the latest, an update on the situation in the ground on Khan Yunis from Médecins Sans Frontières project coordinator Jacob Granger. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Oh, mustache, my friend.
Thank you, Lewis.
So we've just touched on the wider geopolitics in the region, but we want to just get a sense of what is happening on the ground. What are the conditions, for example, in Khan Yunis like right now?
The conditions in Khan Yunis are quite bad, needless to say. So since several weeks, there are more and more evacuation orders that are issued by the Israeli forces, and it's a little bit restraining the space of the so-called humanitarian zone. So a zone that is supposed to be safe. So despite the status of humanitarian zone, we observe that there are some airstrikes within the zone, and second, some evacuation order shrinking the zone. So the effects. Sorry, the effects that
so has, on that, the shrinking of that zone. What about getting aid and supplies into those areas?
So for the aid, it's depending on the supply. So we have shortage of some of the items, quite complicated to get in for many reasons. Also, any reason of the security situation within the Gaza Strip. And then for the aid, we are trying to develop some coping strategies. So by example, for the dressings, we are going to reduce the number of dressing. Instead of doing 2 every, 4 days, we are going to do only 1 change of dressing every 4 days. This is just an example.
And that clearly puts your staff, aid workers under immense pressure and obviously compromises the care that people can receive. What about, as far as you know, in the rest of Gaza? Is it similar challenges, basically having to be sparing with the supplies that you've got?
Yes, it's more or less the same in entire Gaza. And what is really important to understand is that everyone is affected by this. So our staff, as the rest of the population, meaning that when there are this evacuation order, so there was one in the eastern part of Khan Yunis, this 8th of August, and another one 2 or 3 days after the 10th of August. And the two evacuation order had for consequences that a lot of people had to go west, had to be displaced. So estimation from UN agency would be around 70,000 on the 8th and another maybe 50,000 2 days after, which is a lot on this area that is already densely populated, quite small, and it has some effects both on the sanitary situation on the Gaza Strip, but also on the mental health of the population here.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Arabic Freddie Mercury. You crazy little thing called love next. Protesters in LA shut down a freeway, demanding a ceasefire. Briefly shutting down the freeway in Palms, apparently. Lenny, good evening. Greetings to you from the Smoky Mountains.
Это CHP helicopter.
There wasn't that many of them. Briefly shut down a freeway. You can see that one of them is Jewish, at least. Wearing a shirt not in our names. I'm speculating about her ethnicity. However, if you look at her, based upon the shirt, the hair, and the nose, one can surmise they are indeed Jewish, participating in a pro-Palestinian protest.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
Thank you, Mark. Always appreciate your work. AIPAC is probably going to play a role in a congressional race we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Unfortunately, we may lose another good one tonight. Representative Ilhan Omar from Minnesota is in a fight. She's come out ahead before.
In 4 states are heading to the polls today for congressional primaries. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Vermont, and Connecticut will decide which candidates will move on to November's general election. In Minnesota's 5th District, progressive Congresswoman and squad member Ilhan Omar is facing a challenge from former Minneapolis City Councilor Don Samuels. He ran against her in 2022, a race Omar won by a small margin. CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall is tracking these races for us from our Washington bureau. So, Hunter, other members of the so-called squad, Representatives Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman, they lost their primaries this summer. They also each faced really well-funded challengers. Are the dynamics...
Oh, yeah, Torgy.
Good afternoon, Lindsay.
Light one up, tip one back.
You know, while having some, stark resemblance to the contest you mentioned with Representative Bush in Missouri losing, Representative Bowman in New York losing, is also distinctly different. From the tracking that we've seen via data from Ad Impact, so far there's not been a great deal of outside spending in this race. The outside spending really came to define the effort to defeat Bowman in New York and to defeat Bush in Missouri. So far, Representative Omar's campaign has been the biggest spender in her district, according to Ad Impact, in terms of those advertising, dollars. And that's
take back what I said then.
Because, Don Samuels, who, like you mentioned, narrowly lost to Representative Omar in 2022 by a little bit under 2,500 votes, doesn't have that kind of momentum that we've seen from other challenges to squad members this cycle. And come time of the polls closing, that could be significant.
You are also tracking some other primaries, one in Wisconsin, a Senate primary. Why is that critical?
Wisconsin is a presidential battleground.
Surely it already has like an upscale places.
Harris campaign. It's home to 10 electoral votes. In Wisconsin, there's also a U.S. Senate seat held by Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin. Republicans are rallying around candidate Eric Hovde in this GOP primary today, hoping that he becomes a Senate nominee. He has to overcome some lesser-known challengers first. But this is significant because Democrats have a very, very narrow majority in the U.S. Senate. If Tammy Baldwin loses this Senate seat in the fall, essentially Democrats have a very, very difficult path to retaining that majority.
I don't think she's going to lose
the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign, that Senate race could loom large, and who ends up winning the presidential race in the state.
Let's go back to Minnesota. Former NBA player and Republican Royce White is seeking Minnesota's Senate nomination to take on Amy Klobuchar. He's denied the results of the 2020 election.
He ain't got no momentum.
Underdog in this race, right?
MILF, good evening.
The race by Royce White here is one of the more notable things that's been happening. It's kind of flown under the radar. Royce White is somebody who lost a congressional primary in 2022. And he came back. He's running for this U.S. Senate seat in Minnesota, and he actually got the Minnesota GOP's endorsement at their state convention weeks and weeks ago.
Flute Loop.
It's been concerning for some people, given that Royce White has.
I love your name.
There's issues about his campaign finance.
That is fantastic.
Called into question. And his main challenger in this primary, Joe Frazier, is actually
all myths matter.
That Royce White being the nominee for the Republicans in the Senate race could actually hurt Donald Trump in the state as Trump tries to win Minnesota for the first time as a presidential candidate. No Republican has won it in a presidential race since 1972.
Okay, Hunter Woodall, thank you.
If I told you I didn't know what Marxism was, would you get upset with me? Maybe you should explain it to me. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking with you. Welcome in. I even have a fucking troll. I have a troll Marx. I don't know anything about Marxists. It was a pro-Trump tweet. Well, that sounds about right. We would never call you a bitch in a derogatory manner around here. We might call people bitches in like, hey bitches, it's time to get this party started or something like that. It's always gonna be playful. I can't believe you're a woman. That really flips me out. No, we don't do that. We're nice people. The UAW accuses Trump and Musk of trying to intimidate workers in labor complaints. I can't believe this worked out this way. The United Auto Workers Union said on Tuesday it has filed complaints with the National Labor Relations Board against Donald Trump and Tesla CEO Elon Musk over attempts to threaten and intimidate workers. This apparently happened last night on the Twitter Spaces that I honestly didn't pay any attention to. I know that we listened to most of it, at least an hour plus of it. I didn't pay any attention. It was just blah, 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 blah. It is unclear whether the NLRB would take action against Trump for his comments on Monday during a 2-hour conversation with Musk that was broadcast on social media platform X. The UAW seized upon Trump's remarks as the union rallies behind Democratic presidential candidate and Vice President Kamala Harris and encourages its nearly 400,000 workers to vote for her over Trump. The issue is especially pertinent in battleground states like Michigan, which could determine who wins the White House in November. The UAW has endorsed Harris at the end of July. "You're the greatest cutter," Trump said to Musk during Monday's conversation, complimenting the CEO's ability to cut costs by saying he would not tolerate workers going on strike. I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in, you just say you want to quit. They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike, and you say, that's okay, you're all gone. Musk chuckled but did not respond to Trump's comments, making it harder for the NLRB to find him liable for making illegal threats to workers at his companies, according to Wilma Lieberman, chair of the NLRB under former President Barack Obama. Under federal law, workers cannot be fired for going on strike, and threatening to do so is illegal under the National Labor Relations Act, the UAW said in a statement. After the union's action on Tuesday, Musk criticized UAW President Shawn Fain in a social media post, alluding to two past union presidents who went to prison for bribery and corruption. Based on recent news, it looks like this guy will join them, Musk said. A court-appointed monitor of the UAW is investigating several union executives, including allegations that Thane retaliated against a member of his board when the person did not take actions that would have benefited Thane's domestic partner and her sister. The UAW could not immediately be reached for comment on Musk's response. Trump campaign officials said his pledged 100% tariff on Chinese imports would strengthen the industry, while Harris's EV policies are hurting American manufacturing. This frivolous lawsuit is a shameless political stunt intended to erode President Trump's overwhelming support among America's workers. America's workers, is according to Trump campaign senior advisor Brian Hughes. The Harris campaign did not immediately respond to requests for comments after the UAW's action. Fain and Trump have exchanged barbs in the past. I've missed most of this conversation. Do you actually have a women's studies degree? I know I had a friend that got a women's studies degree. I know one person, and she's like an executive with Planned Parenthood now, and good for her. She helped me make a documentary about domestic violence when I was in college. Speaking of lawsuits and Trump is going to sue the DOJ. Apparently over the raid at Mar-a-Lago.
A newly obtained Trump memo claims the government's unprecedented 2022 raid on his Mar-a-Lago property
I lie and say I have a master's.
Was torturous conduct by the U.S. against President Trump. Fox's Lydia Hu has the latest.
Donald Trump is
Who's on first?
Government for $100 million over the 2022 Mar-a-Lago raid, which resulted in a federal criminal case involving classified documents. Lawyers for the former president say they filed a claim. I spoke exclusively to one of Trump's attorneys.
The president has suffered reputational damages. This lawfare is a distraction to the president.
In the claim, Trump alleges he suffered an invasion of privacy, malicious.
He looks like he'd be Trump's attorney. He looks like a villain from an 80s movie or some shit. Like he bought the mountain and you can't ski on it anymore and you gotta win a race to get it back or some shit. This is Daniel Epstein. Daniel Epstein as Trump. I didn't even put it on the list tonight, but does everybody know that Trump is now flying on Jeffrey Epstein's former plane? That's totally a thing now. Jeffrey Epstein's former plane.
This lawfare is a distraction to the president.
In the claim, Trump alleges he suffered an invasion of privacy, malicious prosecution, and abuse of process when the Department of Justice and FBI violated established protocols in executing the search warrant and appointed Jack Smith as special counsel without congressional approval. The Department of Justice has declined to comment. The government has 6 months to decide whether to settle Trump's claim, and if they don't, Trump could sue the government for that $100 million. Even though the Florida document was thrown out, the FBI has made a point to protect classified documents.
People need to be conscious of the rules regarding classified information and appropriate handling of it.
Some feel like Trump is a victim of political prosecution.
I don't feel like that documents case is over. I feel like that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. It's not thrown out. I mean, it is technically.
Left and right found that this really was pretty intrusive and that it was pretty heavy-handed. So I think from a political perspective, they think that this is advantageous.
President Biden faced similar classified document searches, but a special report concluded criminal charges were not warranted, due in part to Biden's, quote, significantly limited recall of events. In New York, Lydia Hu, Fox Business.
Oh my God, our hearts go out to you. We're real animal lovers. We always end the stream with an animal video. Like it's like a, aftercare after we watch the fucking shittiest news ever on the worst timeline. Yeah, my Soxy boy is 14. And I'm worried, but he's still spry and everything. But cats, man, they'll hide like with them. Soup, good evening. Well, we're here for you. Our hearts go out to you. Light one up, tip one back. Control the pro-Trump stream. What is the pro-Trump stream? We absolutely control the pro-Trump stream. Dustin, good evening. You know I'm all about like pro. Here's the thing is like they probably block easily. Yeah, Democrats insta-ban in the chat. I'm not even a Democrat. Biggest MAGA channel on Twitch. And it has 282 followers. But to be fair, it could be the biggest MAGA channel on Twitch. I'm kind of doubting it though. So we're probably gonna get banned pretty easily.
Tell him, like, bro, Fat Sax hates it. Yeah, we should have been like, shout out Fat Sax. Hey, that's the streamer that said it. You should go troll him. Imagine we told her that Fat Sax was a political streamer. Oh my god, that would have been so fucking funny. We were like, yeah, he's a super political streamer. He's one of us. You know what I mean? But he's the one who said that. You should go to his channel. Fat Sax just goes live and gets fucking raged on by a leftist. I'm a far leftist on stream right now. You want to talk to me? Sure. Are you gonna vote for Kamala Harris? I'm cool. You seem cool, not gonna lie. I felt the vibes in your first chat, and I was like, "Oh, I think we're cool here." Probably. Are you like? Is there like? Could you get talked out of it? Potentially. Like, look. What if? Hear me out. Oh, those are kind of cool emotes. Hear me out. Like, you maybe don't like either candidate, but like, I really like my candidate. Like, what like deal could we make with your faction politically to just be like, you give us this election, okay, and then, you know, maybe we work out some sort of deal. I don't know, like, what do you want? Call or Discord with me? Do you have a Discord? Do you want? What do you? You're a far lefty. You're probably not gonna want to be in my Discord. Should we do a Discord? What is this? Do you stream? It's a trap. Don't do it. Oh, you're gonna just say the N-word and then get me banned? That's what people think. That's. I'm on stream right now. Are you live right now? Oh, fuck. If you're live right now and we can, like, confirm chill, let's see this.
My show is the Troll Patrol.
Oh, confirm chill, let's see this.
Oh, my friend.
It's in your chat.
Troll Patrol.
Fuck you, Flute. Fuck you,
Flute. Flute is cool.
Fuck you, chat. Fuck you, Flute. Fuck you,
Flute is cool.
Yeah, no.
Flute is cool.
Yeah. He's from Virginia, I'm guessing. Oh, he took me down. I was like, yeah. I'm down. He's from Virginia, I'm guessing. Oh, he took me down. I was like, yeah.
How do I, a link? What even is my Discord? Oh, hold on. I can just do it in the chat. Because the chat loves this shit. They totally get a kick out of it. I was getting ready to say I've never been banned in a channel, but yeah, IDAN banned me.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, my friend?
What's up, dude?
What's going on? Yeah, I want you.
Hold on, I want to make sure I don't have the audio relap on. Oh,
get a little feedback.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I love this. I want you to try to talk me out of voting for Kamala Harris. This is
Dude,
great.
can I? Yes!
Yes, let's do it.
I've been saying we can unite on this. Flute, if you're listening, look, we'll make up.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna do a good job of it, but I want you to try.
Oh, come on. Okay. Do you not think that literally Kamala and Joe schemed their way out of facing a primary challenge from your own side? How can you support this?
I mean,
they dropped him out at the perfect time. If they could have had a normal primary election cycle, and if I was on your side, I'd be like, look, I don't want to necessarily die on the hill of the Biden-Harris admin. If you have other options like, I don't know, Pete Buttigieg, whoever else is on your side, I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm just saying, like, how do you support, especially after this whole like argument about protecting democracy, an administration that just luckily enough drops out at the perfect time that the vice president just gets the nomination? It's the same administration now. You have no chance of like, I don't want to get into loop. I get a little ranty, sorry, but
oh, you're fine. You're fine. I get ranty too, my friend. Okay.
Wrestle with that.
So I'm not technically a Democrat. I am a leftist, but I would say I caucus with the Democrats, much like a Bernie Sanders, because they're the closest thing to my political beliefs. As I would have preferred an open primary, and I think the Democrats have some really strong candidates that would have ran. That would have been cool, but I am a student of politics and kind of, I realize how everything works. Joe Biden had every intention of running for office. He thought he could. It was always his decision. And the primary happened the way it would for a normal incumbent candidate. And then everybody freaked out after the debate. And it's true, the motherfucker is too old. I don't understand why right-wingers are trying to attack the Democrats on this end, because like
wait, it's sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Cut you off.
no, you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I think it's ironic after the party that's been like screeching about, you know, this attack on democracy, we're now seeing a party basically like assume that this administration has a right to an 8-year term. If like they have the right to. I'm not a big fan of incumbency, other than maybe the 2 terms that presidents get. But my point is, like, you have an administration.
You're looking at it as if it was some sort of grand conspiracy, and it wasn't. It was an old man. It was an old man that had to pry the. It was an old man that had to pry the presidency out of his fucking almost cold dead hands, basically.
Right, but like, what are you saying?
And rightfully, Biden-Harris was who they voted for in the primary. Harris was there to take over should Joe Biden not be able to fulfill his role. Joe Biden released his electors and encouraged them to vote for Harris. The electors voted for Harris. There was a process that happened.
Right.
As a political nerd, I'm a wonk man. I'm the I watch fucking C-SPAN on my stream and make dick and fart jokes.
I hear you. So that talking point shot down, right? You understand how the process works. I don't know that it's shot down because it's not a democratic process you went through. The vice president is entitled to the general election ticket.
What do you mean entitled?
Primary election.
Joe Biden.
The funniest part is that we told you that Biden was senile, and they were called cheap fakes by Karine Jean-Pierre for like the last 2 months.
Well, that's her job, is to talk on behalf of the administration.
Sure, all right, that's some good cope, but like.
That's not cope, man. That's how shit works. Her job is literally to speak on behalf of Joe Biden and his agenda.
There was no like right wing. You said you're left wing. Pretend like it was just all like left wing, right? And you had your own primaries. Would Kamala have been your top vote?
No.
Would you have been like, this Biden-Harris administration was so good that I would vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, here's the thing.
To someone else.
Here's the thing, man. Is I will
like what the Biden-Harris administration's done.
Yeah, brother. It has been. I am my number one concern is labor. That's my top issue I'm voting on is labor, and Joe Biden's been really good on labor. Joe Biden's been.
On labor?
She is supported by the UAW, so we don't really know yet. Because she was a senator, she never served in an executive role.
All right.
Brother, I'm a wonk. I know how things work. I'm gonna give you like the technical response to shit.
Talking, man. I'm not like, I'm just sitting there. I'm chilling. I wasn't prepared to do this tonight. You know.
Fair enough.
Nice to meet you. We should do this more.
Oh yeah. Pleasure. What was your name?
My name. I go by Pentuple on here.
Pentuple. I am JustinFREAKIN.
JustinFREAKIN. Nice to meet you.
And you are on the Troll Patrol Live right now.
All right. Troll Patrol. Well, yeah, no, that's a big
Why?
For me.
Why are you voting for Trump? What has he done in order to win your vote?
Wow. Have you heard of no taxes on tips?
I think it's just I think. Oh, you don't want me to tear that one down for you?
No, I mean you can. It's kind of like a small one though. It's just a joke because it's very like timely. But I was gonna say like the illegal immigration. I don't think that the Kamala administration is gonna address that correctly. I think that mass deportations are needed, not just a path to citizenship. For
why do you want to mass deport people?
Because they came here illegally, and our social systems and social nets are not designed to handle this level of immigration. We can see it in New York. Even the mayor of New York was saying this is an issue that's going to destroy New York, and he sees no end to it.
Well, if you give them a path to citizenship, then they can work and earn their own way.
No, that's not what I'm saying, though, is the path to citizenship isn't going to fix the housing problems.
Well, there's more.
Housing.
No, there's more houses sitting empty than there are people in them right now.
Okay, so sorry, I had a CTS comment. in general, I like his immigration policy. I think we need to stop.
Because you want to
illegal
kick
immigration.
brown people out of the country.
Not brown people out, kick people out that came here illegally, especially. The
But who is that predominantly going to be?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does matter.
Oh, because
brother, have you been to DonaldJTrump.com?
we can't deport.
Have you been to DonaldJTrump.com? Have you been to DonaldJTrump.com?
Yes. Yeah.
Like in the last couple of days, they just revamped it. I assume it's still what it was last night for the Elon Musk thing. It is as Nazi as it fucking it looks like a fucking Nazi propaganda website. Number one thing, mass deportation program in big bold red letters. It's insane, brother.
Donald Trump's website looks like a Nazi website.
Yeah.
What's up?
DonaldJTrump.com.
Okay.
Okay, they've changed it back. That was the launch. That's not the same. That's not the same site. They switched it for the Elon Musk thing last night. Then, and they launched their platform.
Okay.
Because it was what was well, brother. I can show you the video from last night.
No, I mean it's you know.
So you hate brown people? Is that it?
No, I don't hate brown people.
Well, then why do you want to kick a bunch of people out? Do you know it costs like $10,000 a head?
Okay, what do you think happens when a country of 300 million takes in 100 million people in 10, 20 years?
We have survived.
Take people in at a reasonable pace.
We have been surviving on immigrant labor. It's what makes a country thrive. We've known this throughout history.
In the last 4 years.
Brother, have you read a fucking history book?
Them for what?
Doing the jobs that like Americans don't want to do. A lot of agricultural jobs, a lot of factory farming jobs.
They're already here.
Brother, they've even been using children in like McDonald's and shit. Do you not read the news?
I have not heard of widespread child labor at McDonald's.
You need to look that shit up, brother. Well, it's not just at McDonald's. There's been multiple locations. Several factories have been employing children.
McDonald's illegal child labor.
Just look up child labor.
Over 300 minors found working at 3 McDonald's franchises. 2 10-year-olds were among hundreds working in violation of federal labor law.
Yeah, brother. Like,
okay, what do you?
Do you know what? Do you know what?
Illegal.
Do you know?
People commit crime.
That is what this fucking economy has thrived on. Is illegal workers.
200 in the nation. And you're saying this is what that just doesn't even mathematically make sense.
That's 300 miners in 3 McDonald's.
How big is the population of the U.S.?
303 McDonald's, brother. That's a sample of 3 McDonald's. Do you understand proportions? I told you, look up child labor.
100 children working there's 100 children at each McDonald's?
You just saw the headline, did you not?
Yeah, no, but clearly you weren't suggesting there were 100 children at each McDonald's.
What did the story say?
I've lost you. Where are you? I don't have your stream up now. I can't see you. Where'd you go?
You just had it on it was like what you pulled up.
Look, I can pull it back up. This ain't nothing but a thing. It's right here. ABC News.
What does pentuple mean?
Honestly, it started just like kind of as nonsense, to be honest, but then it is like quintuple.
Well, nonsense makes sense, my friend.
Oh, you can't give me those easy ones, man. You gotta let me get away with something on here. Let me give you a follow. Where'd you go? JustinFREAKIN.
Give me followers?
No, I said give you a follow. My bad.
Oh yeah. Give me a follow. we find out what that news be doing Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, are you 5 times over? Are we reading too much into the name?
Well, I thought of this after, but I come from a family of 5. I have 2 sisters, so like my parents and my sisters. I was like, that's 5, so I could if I got to come up with an answer, that's the one.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah! I wish I had your hairline, man.
Wow, what? My chat's always making fun of mine. What the fuck? How are you the one to fucking be nice to me?
What? I'm over here with a bandana on, covering up what I got going on.
Well, I'm losing it like right here.
Well, Unknown Frost, what the fuck does the entire story say? Like, we're bantering on air right now. Like, we didn't really have time to deep dive. But if you want to deep dive, that's what we do over here on the Troll Patrol. So come on over and give me a follow, Unknown Frost.
The Troll Patrol.
You can find out what that news be doing. So what else you like about Trump? The fuck is that flag?
The Caitlin Clark poster.
You have a fucking Trump flag. That's the cuckiest shit I've ever seen.
I have a Trump cutout and a Trump jersey on the cutout.
I would never worship a politician like that. I'd never have a man's name on my wall. What else would you call it?
What about Caitlin Clark? Would you put a Caitlin Clark poster up?
I'm not into basketball, but good on her.
It's just classic election. It's like it's politics. This is the guy. You know where this won't be? When there's a different candidates in 2028.
So like I don't understand the candidate swag. It seems cucky to me.
Yeah, because you don't have a fucking good candidate that your side is actually hype about.
No, I don't.
Okay, hold on. You know our election system relies on electing a person.
Well, first of all, the enthusiasm seems to be behind Harris right now.
We have to vote between.
So you're coping.
The reason I have this because I'm a political streamer, and 2 because I understand the game that we're playing. The whole point of everything we're doing is that on November 5th we have to choose one of 2 people, and this is the guy that I want to win.
The pedophile.
I think you want to do this kind of debate.
Well, I mean, it's true. He's flying on Epstein's plane right now. Wish Giselle Maxwell good luck. Was sued by a.
Think about Pizzagate.
With the QAnon conspiracy.
No, it wasn't QAnon. It was before that.
Oh yeah, it's the precursor to QAnon. But like the dude goes into the pizza place with a gun, and it doesn't even have a fucking basement.
No, I'm talking about the emails from John Podesta and the language in them. And look, you might be able to cope somehow and say it wasn't about children and pedophilia and shit.
How was it about children and pedophilia? Dude, that's whack job. You know that's conspiracy.
What is it? One of the sentences in John Podesta's email said, what was it? Okay, first of all, by the way, does the FBI not have open?
Brother, you're literally supporting a guy that has been photographed with Jeffrey Epstein multiple times, and you're trying to accuse other people of pedophilia.
So your evidence is that Trump was pictured with Jeffrey Epstein?
Multiple times. Told you said I am I really like the guy. He likes young women the way that I do. Literally quoted saying that. Flew on Epstein's plane.
Video of that quote. Where'd that quote come from?
How many didn't he have 8 contacts for Trump in his black book? Brother, come the fuck was sued by one of the underage girls. And your evidence that John Podesta was a pedophile was some crazy fucking interpretation of an email. The art. Listen to yourself. You are fucking crazy, dude.
Looking up stuff you tell me to look up. Why don't you look it up, man?
I know exactly what you're talking about because I lived through that bullshit.
So how do you defend that? If you had a friend with that art in your house, would you not be freak the fuck out?
I don't understand what you're. I've got friends with freaky art in their houses.
Well, maybe that makes sense then.
Maybe you're just uptight.
Oh, how dare you?
How dare I? Maybe do you smoke the weed?
What are you a cop? The fuck? Hell no. Never. Oh, I see. Wait, are we allowed? Oh, wait. No, I can't. No, I don't.
Oh, come on, smoke with me.
No, man, no, never.
It is perfectly fine on Twitch if you are sitting in a state where it is legal.
I am.
Oh, they're making me take another one. Can I talk you into voting for like RFK instead? He seems more up your alley.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna get me off Trump. Like, I know you're not, but like, this is fun. I like talking about it.
What? Okay, immigration. You hate brown people, want to kick them out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, why do you want them to leave?
Because they're here illegally. You can't just
we have really stupid immigration laws.
We can't have social nets and just let people show up and walk in.
Well, you keep saying social nets, man. Have you ever been on any kind of assistance?
We're 40 trillion in debt.
Do you know what debt is? Oh, hold on. Before you start talking about debt, do you know what debt is?
Do I know what debt is?
Yes.
I mean,
we're in a fractured reserve banking system. Do you know what debt is? Do you know who we're in debt to?
Do we owe some debt to China? Is that right?
A little, very little. Who are we in debt to?
China, right?
No. The majority of our debt is owned by the American people because debt is our money supply.
Well, 10% of it's to China. So, hey, hold on.
I said a very small amount.
10% is significant enough that it's,
the majority of our debt. The majority of our debt is owed to the American people in bonds because debt is our money supply.
You can't give me an F.
Okay, hold on.
Give me at least a C.
Understand that debt is our money supply. Are you with me?
Okay.
That's how things work in a fractured reserve banking system.
Okay, can you help me understand the chart that I've seen where it shows like that what was it? Some statistic like half the money in circulation from the Federal Reserve was printed in the last 3 years, something like that.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking? You know what I'm
Yes.
Understand?
Yes. We've increased the money supply in like the last. It was predominantly during COVID.
Was that good? Should we have done that? Like, what's
there is debate. Okay, so money. We have fiat currency. It means our money isn't real.
Right.
It's just a number. It's just a number on a ledger. Bitcoin is a scam, my friend.
Bitcoin's a scam?
I assure you. Have you ever invested money in Bitcoin?
Yeah, and I'm like doing okay.
You're doing okay.
Yeah.
Right now, it's bounced back. It's gonna go down again. It's gone down multiple times, is it not? How long have you owned it?
I've been buying it for a couple years, so I've averaged down overall.
Well, you came in high to begin with.
So deep in it, not like super deep in it.
But it is a total scam because when it collapses, there's going to be nobody to give you any money on it.
Yeah, well, that'll suck.
It will suck, my friend. That's why you have to have a government back your currency because then there's some faith and credit is what it's called. Do you talk to people on your stream about Bitcoin and shit?
Oh, no, not really. No, we don't talk about like investing or anything.
Okay.
Why?
Hocus, I think you need to look that up, my friend. You are incorrect.
What, that Bitcoin is like bad?
No, that Hocus is saying that currency doesn't equal debt, but it absolutely does. We live in a fractured reserve banking system. The Federal Reserve issues bonds, blah blah blah, deposit in the bank issues out loans, and that's how money is created. It's wild that so many people get on the stream and try to act like experts on things. I will tell you that I'm a dumbass, and I'm still probably not doing what I just said justice, but it's somewhat an accurate description of the system that we have. But you should totally look it up and not trust me. Especially about finances. But here's the other thing I can say is that fucking money, economics, none of that shit is real. None of these people that call themselves economists, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just guessing.
I tend to agree with that. Let's go, Rip.
Let's
go, Rip. WWW.
What else do you want to talk about? What other things are you passionate about? But what state do you live in?
I live in Maryland.
Why the fuck do you give a shit about immigration? Well, you're in Maryland. Were you worried about the fucking Canucks coming down? No, you're not even worried about the Canucks. It is immigration from a certain fucking set of people, isn't it? You're in Maryland, and immigration is your number one issue? Jesus fucking Christ, brother. Do you realize how stupid that sounds?
It's probably number one. Yeah, dude, you can't just let the entire world come here.
You're in Maryland. Are you seeing an invasion of people? And even the people that you have in Maryland probably cook you excellent Mexican food. Do they fucking not, dude? You want white people tacos? Are you dumb? I want immigration from other countries because white people don't know how to fucking cook. Have you had real goddamn tacos?
I've had tacos. I had a roommate.
Have you had real tacos? Taco Bell don't count.
No, my Mexican roommate in college counts, right?
Sadie, what do you mean I'm the soy meme? That doesn't even make any fucking sense. How am I the fucking soy meme? Soy my fucking balls. Jesus Christ, right-wingers are morons. That's my problem, man, is learn like what you're fucking talking about before you talk about it. Living in Maryland talking about immigration. What else you got? What other fucking issue animates you other than immigration, Maryland boy?
I don't want to tax the rich more.
Why the fuck not?
For everyone.
Why the fuck not?
The richest billionaire has like what, 200 billion, and our government's spending like how many trillions a year? Like it just doesn't, like there's bigger issues. It's not the solution.
No. That is the biggest issue. All of your problems are Brother, remember how I was talking about money earlier? Money is finite. When you give $200 billion of your money to a billionaire, they are sucking money out of your economy, out of your schools, out of your roads, out of your bridges.
The billionaires are doing that?
Yes.
When do the billionaires suck my money out?
When you shop at Amazon, when you shop at Walmart, when you shop at these multinational corporations.
A third of my paycheck, I feel like that's the bigger issue. I'd love to not lose.
No, it's not.
Paycheck. What do you mean?
What's a third of your man? Okay.
Everything I've ever bought on Amazon, I was happy to pay for.
Well, first of all, you have to make over like 50, 60 grand as a single person to even pay fucking taxes. And if you are, you're doing it wrong, my friend.
What do I need to do? How do I get
to pay federal income tax? You're gonna have to pay the other shit you actually see, right? So your other shit's gonna be your state, your local, your FICA, shit like that. You get something for those. You understand that, right? Your federal, you're all gonna get back. The federal government.
Something for those when I don't get something from Amazon. I don't understand that. I absolutely disagree.
When you spend your money with Amazon,
I get like a penny back.
When you spend your money at Amazon, it sucks it from your local economy and puts it in Jeff Bezos' pocket, puts it in the shareholders of Amazon, and then you don't have it floating around in your local economy.
Amazon, like this webcam, I got the value that I was willing to give up for it. It's like almost a 1-to-1 ratio as far as the value that I feel like I got out of it and what I gave up.
The revenue didn't stay in your local economy.
It's like a penny on the dollar.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. The concentration of wealth in the hands of billionaires is a detriment to us as a society. Okay, I bet you hate Bill Gates, don't you?
I don't hate Bill Gates. I'm not a fan.
Okay, I'm not a fan of Bill Gates either. Bill Gates uses his... Hold on. Bill Gates uses his immense wealth to try to influence public policy.
Hell yeah.
On vaccines, on schools.
I'm with you.
No person should be that rich that they should be able, that they could use their immense wealth to be able to influence public policy. So taxes should be confiscatory.
Public policy that aren't just Bill Gates and probably.
It's not just Bill Gates. It's the rich motherfuckers at the Heritage Foundation. It's the rich motherfuckers. It's the rich motherfuckers everywhere, man. And in your local community, your fucking government is probably bought and paid for by whatever industry that your system, your economic system, is on the back of. You've probably got a local factory boss that's buying off your fucking mayor and your police force. Every town fucking does, man.
I'll have to investigate my local warehouses.
But it's money corrupts. And that's why we should tax.
I don't disagree. I don't think people.
That's why we should tax billionaires out of existence.
Well, I don't know about that. I think if we
I do.
The rich, you're just gonna affect like hear me out. Let me make an argument. So if you start taxing people who make a ton of let me make this argument because maybe I think we can agree on this. I'm gonna yap a little bit, but I'll
let you yap.
I promise. So like with the wealth tax, right? It's like annual, year to year, right? Do you think an artist who spends like 4 or 5 years investing their time in a project and then say it's a band, they work hard on this album and they're not really picking up, but then they have this 1 year, they just go crazy. They're touring, everyone's paying them, they make a killing, they make 15 million in a year. But then, the band kind of fizzles off, they can't really catch that wave, and they're like, looking for it. The way they made their money, they made their 15 million in 1 year. Would you agree that if we're going to have some sort of like wealth tax, that it shouldn't be year to year? Because I feel like we're going to get into a position where people who make their money quickly are being penalized instead of people who make their money.
I just said tax billionaires out of existence, and you just gave me an example
how do you think we do that? That's
of somebody with like $15 million.
Certain annual income that is taxed. Like who needs 15 million a year? But
it's a capital gains tax.
Everyone that makes
it's a higher stock trade tax.
Well, it's not. They're not. It's not all the same. There's a lot of variables here, but I'm just saying in general.
I mean, I had actual proposals.
Works for 10 years on.
No artist is going to be affected by a capital gains tax or a stack on a tax on stock trades.
Okay, so you wouldn't agree with this income tax then? Are you in favor of like an income tax where the bracket is like 60, 70%, 80% over like 10 million, 20 million?
Here's my thing, man. I want to make America great again. I want to return I want to return to the tax bracket we had in the 50s. We had over 90% tax rate on corporations. Lenny brings up a great point. The government is replacing taxes with fees because you refuse to tax rich people. That's why, like, you get pulled over for speeding the tickets so much. That's how your local government's making revenue, because you refuse to tax rich people.
Well, I'm in favor of self-driving cars all the way.
That can't be done. Oh my God, motherfucker! You live in a fantasy world. Self-driving cars. Do you know how many fucking people have been killed by self-driving cars?
No, well, I'm just saying, like, eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah. You think the technology is impossible? You think we'll never get there?
We aren't anywhere near it.
Well, sure, but like, do you think it's impossible to have AI drive?
I mean, anything's possible, but like we aren't anywhere near it. I'm a realist, my friend.
I mean, I've seen there like aren't there like
Go look up how many people have been injured or killed by self-driving cars in 2024.
I hear you.
How many accidents it has caused? How many have caught on fire?
Okay, well, that's different. It's because of the AI driving that they catch fire, is it?
It's because of, I wouldn't want to trust them if they're catching on fire. My friend, here's my problem with right-wingers. I
feel like we're having a good time.
Right-wingers don't ever really know what they're talking about. They've never... You say things that sound good, but you've never dug under the surface and understand what you're actually talking about.
I wasn't even ready to do this tonight. I thought we were just hanging out, man.
Fair enough. I put you on the spot.
Well, no, it's fine. You can put me on the spot.
I'm gonna blame it on Flute. Flute came in here.
Flute started all of this.
Yeah.
Well done, Flute.
Flute is welcome over here with me.
I ignored the second half of that name because I couldn't get it. It's Flute Loop.
Flute Loop. It's hilarious, is it not? It's so adorable.
You shouldn't have to prepare.
It's adorable. Flute Loop is welcome over in my chat. They said you banned them.
I did.
How do you ban? Like, you guys are supposedly the free speech people. I don't ban people. You're not the free speech people if you're banning people. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it's wait, hold on. This is like my space. You know what I mean? This is my safe space, right?
This is your safe space. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm all come on over here, fucking call in, argue with me, bitches.
See, Flute's just being mean to me. Why would I want that in my chat?
Well, have you tried not being a dumb fuck? If Flute is calling you a dumb fuck, have you tried not being a dumb fuck?
Oh, it's a Snap. Snap wants to get on the call. That's Justin's call. We're in his Discord. So.
Is that one of your people?
Yeah.
You wanna let him?
I'm gonna say you make the call.
I'll let you go back to your stream. It was a pleasure talking to you. If you wanna,
wait, you're kicking me out. Wait, you're kicking me out now. Now you're the one you said free speech. You dirtbag. You're gonna ban me.
I didn't. Sorry, what? I wasn't banning you at all. What?
Just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. Oh, bro, I'm just having.
I eventually want to get off here and make tacos.
Look, I'm not. No. That's fair. I will say, like, I'm a political streamer, but like we don't get like super like nerdy and deep into it. Like we're just having fun. We don't
I'm super nerdy. Well, I don't
know each other.
Trump isn't fun, man. Like it was fun. Okay. Can I tell you this? I loved Trump, man, and especially when he first got into politics. And here's the thing, hated Hillary, dude. I laughed my ass off when Trump won, but then, like, reality set in. Like, this fucking goofball is going to be president, and, like, there's no denying that Hillary would have been a much better president.
Oh, I would deny it, but go on.
I don't think so, because he was incompetent and inept, and like all fucking Republicans, he crashed the economy. He handled COVID poorly.
All right.
Yeah, like fucking Sadie says no wars, but like, do you not understand this shit takes time? Like, it was Trump that was fucking with Ukraine at the time. Ukraine was wanting. What? Buddy, why do you think he got impeached the first time? He tried to extort.
Hold on. Joe Biden was getting paid through his son by a gas company.
No, he wasn't. That's all bullshit. That's
all bullshit?
Yes, that has all been completely debunked.
All of that's been debunked.
Not only that, you're going to tell me that Joe Biden went and bragged about getting a prosecutor fired, right?
Hang on. Are you telling me Hunter Biden didn't sit on the board for Burisma?
He did. He did.
Oh. Okay, what was he paid for that position?
No fucking clue.
What was crackhead Hunter Biden paid for that position?
I have no fucking idea.
$80,000 a month?
Why do I give a shit about Hunter Biden?
Well, it'd be really convenient not to give a
shit. Apparently I heard that he has a gigantic fucking cock.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Hey, W Hunter. I can't handle that. W Hunter.
So I mean, what you're gonna tell me that Joe Biden got a prosecutor fired, right?
Well, do you think he didn't?
He did, but that was official U.S. EU policy. No, man.
What?
Look, here's what I'm gonna do for you.
So you're gonna tell me this? That's true. That I'm gonna tell you is true. I mean, it's fun.
You're gonna need to look into this, my friend.
I'll look into it. Whatever.
Okay. The guy that wrote the story about Hunter Biden and Burisma
Okay.
says that the right-wing media, he wrote about it he wrote for the New York Times. This happened and I'm gonna put it on my screen over here so you can see this.
I mean, I don't think it's only Hunter Biden. I think that every career politician is probably guilty of this.
There is nepotism and shit. But hold on, you are accusing you're making
What a headline. Headline is so objective.
He is the one. Hold on. He's the one that broke the story about Burisma. You wouldn't know Burisma if it wasn't for James Risen. He was writing for the New York Times. He was the one that wrote the story. Then the right-wing spin machine turned it upside down.
Okay. What was turned upside down about it?
I want to point out that
you shouldn't have to prepare, Flute said.
Still, when Joe Biden went to Ukraine, he was not trying to protect his son, quite the reverse. The then vice president issued his demands for greater anti-corruption measures by the Ukrainian government, despite the possibility that those demands would actually increase, not lessen, the chances that Hunter Biden and Burisma would face legal trouble in Ukraine. The prosecutor that Joe Biden fired wouldn't investigate Burisma, and it was the U.S. EU policy for that prosecutor to launch investigations into corruption, which included Burisma. He published the story in 2015, but it came back up in 2020.
The point that we're making, okay, this is all fine. His son.
The bigger point is you don't know what you're talking about, and you're trying to make accusations.
No, you're not. What I'm saying is you're not addressing the core point that I'm making, which is that his son was getting paid $80,000 a month or whatever it was to be on a Ukrainian gas company.
Cool.
How could you get a more obvious example of someone using their office for
I can give you one.
Okay, I mean
Jared Kushner's $2 billion deal with the Saudis.
So I don't get this wrong. Nancy Pelosi.
Motherfucker. Jared Kushner's $2 billion deal with the Saudis.
Can you see my screen? I don't know if you see my screen. You see this headline? I just want to know what you think of this.
Brother, I have advocated against Nancy Pelosi being able to trade stocks.
Right, but I'm just saying this is
multiple times on my stream.
Right?
It is widespread. But you asked me to give you a bigger example than Hunter Biden, and I said Jared Kushner's $2 billion deal with the Saudis.
Oh, I don't know what you're referencing, to be honest with you.
Jared Kushner's $2 billion deal with the Saudis. How do you know about Hunter Biden making a few million sitting on a board using his name, and you don't know about $2 billion by the Saudis to Jared Kushner? If fucking it's such a deal breaker for you to vote for Democrats because of the corruption of Hunter Biden.
I'm not a single issue voter on it. It's just what we were talking about at the time. But I hear you. I'm not necessarily a fan of Jared Kushner, just like you said. I'll look into this.
But you're a fan of Trump. You're telling me it is disqualifying for the president's son to sit on a board and make a few million. But it's not disqualifying. You didn't even fucking know about Jared Kushner. $2 billion from the Saudis. Do you see the hypocrisy of right-wingers now?
No, I was making the point, you were talking about this whole Ukraine thing falling apart under Biden's presidency, and we have all these questions about his relationship there.
Brother, I want to get money out of politics, so,
I don't disagree with getting money out of politics.
Well, cool. We need to have public financing of campaigns. We need to cut campaigns down to where like there's only like a month. How does that work? Each campaign only gets so much money that they can spend by taxpayer dollars, and they can't fucking be influenced by dark money or PACs or anything. I'm not actually Hulkus. You're a stupid fuck because I'm not a communist. The chat will tell you that. Like, I even own my own business. Do you know what communism even means, my friend? I'm a capitalist.
Hell yeah.
I own my means of production. But if you punch a clock, if you have a boss, you're not a capitalist. You're a fucking worker. You don't own your means of production. Capitalism means the people with money make the rules.
Are you a worker?
I own my own business.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Self-made. What do you do?
I mean, I'm not self-made at all. I'm the product. I am from a poor community in Eastern Kentucky, and I can tell you all the ways that I was lifted up by government programs throughout my fucking life. So there's not self-made at all. I definitely know the society that helped build me.
Who else? Like, I guess a lot of people in your area also like have businesses. Like, why do you have a business and like not like everyone? Like, what made you get the business, even though you have government grants and stuff like that? I'm just curious. Like,
government grant. Well,
I'm just trying to get more. We're just having a conversation.
I'm a freelance video editor.
I agree with you. I get the sense that.
Okay, look at my shit on stream. Look how cool it looks, man. I'm a freelance video editor.
Oh, dope. That's fucking awesome.
So, like, I run my own multimedia production company.
Let's go.
I sit here, I do voiceovers, I make videos for people and shit.
Sick. That's all. How long have you been streaming?
Since 2020. I started dry running like back in like 2018, but I actually like took to it in 2020 because I guess I had time.
Word. Well, hey man, it was fun. It was fun. I'll let you have fun with Snap now.
Is this Snap? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
Fun.
Bentubble, my friend, it was good talking with you.
Hey, it was fun. We should do it again, honestly. I'll hit you up on Discord or something.
Have a good rest of your
I know we
stream.
disagree, and I know your chat don't like me.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. There's no disagreement.
Hey, that's fair. I mean, like,
I know it's fair. Have a good one, my friend.
It's fun. All right. It was not good. Fuck you, Flute. All right, see ya.
Aw, Flute's nice. All right, Snappa, was that what your name was? Are you with us, my friend? You might be muted.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm actually a little bit curious, listening to you speak with Quintuple. I've been listening to a lot.
Hold on 1 second. I really need something to drink. So why don't you introduce yourself to everybody, and then I'll be right back. The stream is in your hands. I'm just handing it over to a complete stranger.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Ginkgo Snappa Dragon. I stream off of Snappa Palace. I do Call of Duty and different things like that. Mainly Call of Duty. It's really fun. Am I good at it? Fuck no, I'm not. But I enjoy it, just like golf, you know?
You like golf?
Yeah, I suck at it, bro. I can like hit that ball 3 feet off of the ground, 50 yards, and with accuracy every time.
Okay, so I've played golf on video games since I was like a teenager. I've played the shit out of like 2K20. I think it's 24. It might be 23. Whatever the current one is. I got a friend who plays in real life. He's in a tournament right now. He's up in Ohio playing in a tournament. He will not take me. I've never played golf in real life. I really want to play golf in real life. He won't fucking take me. He thinks I'm gonna embarrass him or something, or he'll have to like teach me and it'll slow him down.
Well, believe it or not, most of the people that play golf, they're bad at it. Okay. I was working at TPC Sawgrass, and if you follow golf,
Ooh, yeah.
The players course, I was there. I was mowing the grass around the water, pruning roses. It was very beautiful. Loved it. But one time we were laying down pine straw around trees, and I was making fun of my manager because he was like 400 or 500 pounds. Like, he was a big guy, and he worked outside, which I'm like, how can you work outside and walk around and like that, and you're that big? I just don't understand.
You would think they would lose weight just by virtue of the job, right?
Right, but this guy was big, like, anyways. So like, I was kind of making fun of his talk, and I was like, hey, I was standing in the middle of the road like an idiot, and I was like, y'all gotta make sure that everything is level and flat and fluffy around the tree. And a truck came up, and a guy got out, and I didn't notice it. And one of my coworkers was like, get out of the road. But I look over, and there's Tiger Woods, man.
Oh shit!
Was like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, whoa. Like, like in his little talk, how he talks.
Well, what year was this? Was this top of the line Tiger Woods, or was this down on his luck Tiger Woods?
Oh yeah, down.
Sorry, I had to ask. All right. What were you curious about, my friend?
The beginning of the conversation was about Kamala. Kamala. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, she's cool in our book. Well, okay. I can't speak for my chat, right? Because most of them think she's a cop and aren't cool with her. At one point in time, man, several people in my chat were saying they were going to vote for Trump. I don't know how much of that was a joke. how much of it, they really meant it. It was like a burn it down kind of thing.
All right. Well, I mean, it is the troll patrol.
Yeah. A lot of people that watch my show aren't necessarily like Democrats. They like chaos.
Well, I'm actually appalled. I'm upset.
By me? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, not at anybody really, but like for the Democratic Party. The reason being is because I believe in the rightful transition of power through vote. We the people have to have a voice. Okay, that's the only way that this crap works.
Well, there was a primary and Joe Biden won it.
Okay, so did the people vote in Kamala or did they vote in Joe Biden?
Well, they voted for the Biden-Harris ticket. They knew Harris was part of the package. Okay. She was there to take over for Biden. Like, you guys are looking at it like it's something nefarious, but like it was literally Joe Biden had to have the presidency like grabbed from his almost cold dead hands. Pride from it, man. Like, you don't, like, it had to do pressure from Nancy Pelosi. That's why they were coming out like every day. There'd be like a new one every day. Joe Manchin came out. That one shocked the shit out of me. And when Joe Manchin came out, I knew it was over, man. So everybody was in agreement. Like, he's just too old. It was for his own good. He released his delegates and encouraged them to vote for Kamala Harris. They could have gone to there was actually a virtual convention, like it was like last week, before the convention, so they could go ahead and do the official vote, right? And there could have been a challenge. Other people could have challenged, but Gavin Newsom didn't want to challenge. Gretchen Whitmer didn't want to challenge. They said, no, we're not putting up a challenge. So it was only Harris. Like, there was a process. I don't think do you not understand how it works?
There was a process, and that process that was processed left the people out of it. You see, you can say all day long that it's a quote part of the package, whatever that means, with the Biden and Harris.
Well, what's the role of the vice president?
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the people voted and they said, we want Biden as president and Kamala as vice president. The people never voted and said that Kamala should be the president. Only under certain circumstances, whether it be the president dies, the president is impeached, or different things like that. Okay, so like under those terms, you know, we agree that she can be president, but that's not what the people voted for. And under those terms, the way that it went down, we can get together. You know, I have full faith in the Democrat Party to be able to get back together.
Are you a Democrat?
On who they had. No, I'm definitely not a Democrat.
Then why do you care? Why are you worried about the party's machinations?
Okay.
Why are you upset on their behalf? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's like I get It's like I get right wingers that call in and they'll bitch about like AOC or something. I'll be like, "Is she your congresswoman?" And they're like, "No, but blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, why do you care?"
I care because complacency allows things to come through that we would never have allowed to come through. Okay?
Buddy, we're complacency. This has been like the most historic, ground-shaking presidency ever. There's no complacency going on here. What the hell? And the Democratic base is excited. It would have been like a funeral had Joe Biden been the nominee at the DNC next week. But like everybody's like really fucking stoked on Harris and Walz.
Nobody did. How is that?
But how is that any of your concern? If me and my friends and my chat and everything, if we're okay with it and we're like actually excited with the outcome, why is it any concern of yours to come in and be like, "Ew, you didn't follow a process, blah blah blah"? Fucking you guys are stuck up Trump's ass and worship him and coronated him. Like there was no fucking primary for you guys. Nobody stood a chance. So what's the deal?
Okay, first off, people did stand the chance. Okay, whenever I
No, Ron DeSantis was never a challenger. Nikki Haley was never a challenger. You be real.
There were options propagated by the private company that does the election. Okay, there were options for the Republican Party. There were options for the Democrat Party. And now there was no options given to we the people. And now you're asking me what
But that's part of the party machinations. That has nothing to do with you if you're not a Democrat.
I'm concerned with these things is that it goes against the core of my belief system. It goes.
You believe in democracy.
I firmly believe that we the people need a voice, and that we.
You're not a Democrat.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. You're not part of the primary process for a Democrat anyway. So why are you bitching about their process? I'm not going around like the Republicans were unfair.
Because win or lose, in my opinion, win or lose, this is a fraudulent election. Even before you.
How is it a fraudulent election? I explained to you exactly how it happened.
It's fraudulent, right?
Brother, hold on. Every election, hold on.
Passed all of this and decided and at a
brother. Every election.
How can you not be upset about this?
Because this is the same process that happens every election. The electors are the ones who choose.
When has something like this ever happened?
The delegates.
When has a presidential candidate dropped out 3 to 4 months or 5 months or however long it was until the election?
LBJ dropped out in January.
This is the very first one. Hello?
LBJ dropped out in January. But what does that have to do with anything? I explained it. The delegates, they're the ones that always make the choice. Are you listening to me? The delegates. Remember how with Bernie and Hillary it was all about the super delegates and shit? The delegates are the ones that go and vote. Joe Biden released his delegates. They could have voted for anyone else. There could have been an open primary, but nobody else decided to run. Gavin Newsom said, "No, I don't want to do it." They all united behind Harris, and the Democrats are excited about it. it sounds like you're just whining. You're not part of the democratic process on their side, so it shouldn't matter. You're just You're looking for an excuse when you get your ass kicked in November.
Each person that is put in a race must both.
You are already trying to cope with a loss.
And with this race, with this election,
Joe Biden released his delegates.
No matter what the election is going to turn out, it is going to be a hollow victory for either side. For either side. If Kamala wins, it's a hollow victory.
What in the fuck does hollow victory mean?
Because you have got to be kidding me if you think for a millisecond that Kamala can do in 3 months after being stowed away in a basement, nobody's seeing her for years.
I've been amazed. Brother. Have you watched any of the rallies that have been... Hey, shut the fuck up for a second. Shut the fuck up for a second. Have you watched any of the rallies that have happened over the last week? Because I have. I've watched like 3 of them on stream. I'm on video watching them.
Yeah, he never came back, Flu. Sorry.
Okay, I've watched the rallies. I know what she's saying. The people are excited for her. You're just crying.
No, I'm definitely not crying.
Yes, you are. You're trying to cope with the loss in November. It's a hollow win. It's not a hollow win. It was fair and square.
This is democracy failing in real time, and we're being complacent about it. Why aren't people upset about this? That's what but it takes.
Because we understand the process, and you don't seem to.
I'm just going to give it up. You see,
you don't seem to understand how things work.
Well, that's a nice allegation. So how do things work?
Well, I mean, the Democratic Party always uses delegates to pick it.
I just wanted to jump back in. You're saying he doesn't understand how things work when you guys are the ones who forget how the Electoral College works every election.
Critiquing it isn't forgetting how it works.
The popular vote. Oh, Trump really lost. Oh, he didn't win the popular vote. And his point about the rallies, yeah, come on, you like.
Well, he didn't. Like
3 months of rallies. Trump's been doing them all year.
It's been amazing how fast she's been able to flip back into like campaign mode. I give her props at how smooth the transition has been. Because I've watched the rallies and I know what's actually going on.
Kamala talked to the press. How many days? How many days has it been?
She spoke at her rally for a half hour, and Tim Walz spoke for 15 minutes.
Brother, it had been like fucking months since Trump had spoke to the press. Until the other day.
Bring people out with Megan Thee Stallion.
Brother, this is why I can't talk to both of you at the same time.
All right, hey, I'll be quiet. I've been talking for a little bit, so I'll just mute myself. Hang on.
So what, like...
Yeah.
It's cope, man.
With Megan Thee Stallion. No,
okay.
Dude, I'm white, but Trump's blowing Kamala out of the water.
You think?
The enthusiasm you think that is behind her. Hell no. We've been at this
based on what?
Okay, if you think, okay, and maybe not you. Anyone who thinks that Trump's going to lose to Kamala thinks that Trump's just going to lose to anyone. But that's just
Trump would lose to anyone.
He gained between 2016 and 2020, and he's going to gain more.
No, he will.
Already fucked.
He will. He is not gained from 2020. He has lost a lot of support.
Got scammed out of your candidate.
We didn't get scammed. I'm a leftist. I never get my candidate.
Dude, do you think that Joe Biden just woke up one day and they were like, "Oh, it's been like this for a day. He needs to drop out." Obviously,
brother, I explained to you how it happened with the pressure campaign by the party, and then you're like, "Did Joe Biden just wake up one day?" Brother, hold on, shut the fuck up. You can't come in here and listen. Hold the fuck up, dude. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You can't come in here and explain to you how the pressure campaign to force him out worked, and then come in and say, "Oh, well, Joe Biden just woke up one day and just like you're not letting information sink in."
It worked when my point is that there was one.
I told you how it worked.
And they took your candidate out, the one that got the votes. You're now running with a general election candidate.
I didn't like Joe Biden.
Got a primary vote.
I am happier with Harris than Biden.
What? Oh, sorry. I misheard you. Yes.
Yeah. I would be happier too.
I believe that, yeah.
Then why are you guys in here bitching? You're not Democrats. You're not part of the primary process. And you even agree that she would be the preferable candidate.
It's tragic. And it's so ironic.
How is that tragic? You guys are supporting a pedophile. That's fucking tragic.
Okay. You literally couldn't script a more pure irony than a party preaching about democracy for 4 years and then having the administration scam their way out of facing a primary election cycle in their own party. You guys are literally...
They didn't scam their way out of facing a primary election cycle. The primary happened the way it would for an incumbent. There was no scam. You guys are making that up.
Dude, no, it didn't. This was not...
Brother, I cover politics every fucking day.
Process.
There was no scam. It wasn't Brother, they aren't smart enough to pull off some Machiavellian plan.
If Trump was eliminated...
Hold on.
His general election ticket?
The Democrats were not smart enough to pull off this grand Machiavellian plan. Joe Biden is just a stubborn piece of shit.
Joe Biden had been senile for...
There's no...
You said, oh, sources say, oh, look, don't you Google anything. Biden's fine. Those are cheap fakes. Oh, shit, he has to drop out after one...
Brother, that's called straw manning. You're making up bullshit. No one told you not to Google anything. Who told you not to Google anything? Brother, we watched Joe Biden on this stream. I was even kind of confident going into the debate that he would show up with game face on. And boy, howdy, you should have seen my shocked face. Because we watch him deal with the media.
Were you surprised?
Yes.
Why do you think I wasn't? How did I somehow know?
Brother, I watch him deal with the media. I watch him do the press conferences. I watch him come out and talk to people.
Wander off in France. You watch him. You watch all the...
Brother, he didn't wander off. There were people. No, I debunked the bullshit that you guys share out. There were people. The fucking parachuters had landed. He was saying hey to them. Like you guys fall for like the easiest propaganda. It's wild. And that's why I was surprised about Joe Biden, because I've seen him talk.
Out of the race, dude. Well, he dropped out. You can't defend it.
The last...
Why did he drop out? You're coping.
I told you while he dropped out. You're telling me I'm coping.
What was the reason Joe Biden dropped out?
Because of the pressure campaign from Nancy Pelosi, from Joe Manchin, because of his poor performance at the debate.
Why do you think he had a poor debate performance?
What? Just make your fucking point, dude. What is your fucking point? He's not senile.
What do you mean he's senile? What do you mean he's not senile?
Brother, I told you. I had just watched him with Jimmy Kimmel and Barack Obama just like 2 weeks before the debate. God. And he was cracking jokes and shit, man. I'm telling you, he has good days and bad days. But the motherfucker clearly is too old. So there was a pressure campaign.
That's what we're saying.
Nobody disagrees.
They're too...
Then why are you arguing with him?
He's too old, but we can't have Kamala.
What are you trying to argue?
Well, he's old and his record sucks. He had a bad presidency, and Kamala is his vice president.
He was the best president on unions. He was the best president on trust busting. He went after Google for antitrust. I can't applaud that enough. You probably don't actually know what the Biden administration has gotten done.
I know they've let in hella illegals.
Did you know that immigration is at pre-2020 levels?
Doubt.
It's true. Look it up.
You just sound like a bigot when you say stupid shit.
Trillions of gallons of water.
You can't all talk over each other, you stupid shits.
Can I ask you an honest question?
But there's 50 trillion gallons everywhere, you know? Like,
can I ask you an honest question?
I can't fucking hear all of you. You dipshits.
Snap. 1 second. I just wanted to ask Justin. Why is, like, I don't get it as much, like, I'm not really getting it from you. I'm having fun with you. But why is your chat so aggro? Why are they all so, like, panties twisted? This guy.
I have no idea. Well, you're saying stupid shit.
Okay, you can disagree.
You say stupid stuff that's inflammatory and instigating. You say stupid stuff that's inflammatory and instigating.
What stupid?
Hold all the immigrants in. They're illegals. You say stupid shit like that and then expect people to be perfectly.
Engage with you.
You sound like a bigot.
Immigration is at pre-2020 levels. That's a fact.
See,
you can look it up.
This is what works.
Please Google it.
In here.
Let's just kind of.
So now, how am I a bigot?
Immigration.
No, not you, Justin.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm just saying, like, why is it so aggro?
You have to be funny with them.
What?
Why does it have to be so aggro? This is like it doesn't have to be so aggro. I get that we disagree. I think that the things you're saying are dumb. I know you think the things I'm saying are dumb. I'm not here to like fucking like just get all, like I don't need to let out this aggression. I don't need to let out aggression. Why do you all need to let out aggression except for?
Hold on. Who are you?
Why say it if we can't?
I can't see your name. You're breaking up on us. You're like overloading your mic.
Fight with their parents. Like, why are you so aggressive? Obviously, we disagree.
That we're just going to
never talk to people who disagree with you.
There's not going to be a response.
I can't even hear you. I literally can't even hear you. But
yeah, we can't hear you because you're overloading your mic.
Back on the aggro vibes just a little bit. I'm having fun. I like you, Justin. Like this is a good. I like having these conversations. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just dig in. We can talk about anything. I'm just saying the aggro vibes are crazy.
From me?
No, not from literally everyone but you. That's what I'm saying. Your chat's super aggro, and this guy who jumped in the voice call is like.
Some of them could be upset that I'm not doing the news, but others might be just dunking on you. They might be dunking on you, and you're trying to cope.
No, I'm just saying.
That's a good possibility too.
You're coming at this from two different sides. All right, everything you guys are saying, like I'm just saying, I don't want to. I have two options. I could give you guys just the exact same energy back, but like that just doesn't really seem that fun. I don't need to like let off like
that is your
aggression.
Well, if you're talking to me, why are you upset about chat?
No, I'm thinking this guy who jumped in the voice call. Like, how long is this gonna go on?
I don't even know who that is.
Why can't I?
No, you're welcome here. But are we not aggro anymore? Are we if I've made the point,
what the fuck is like? You have any?
I'll step back.
Like, first of all, I can't hear you with your microphone, whatever you're using. And second, like, all I'm asking for is like, can we just have fun and be like a little less aggro? Like, you're trying to like these guys smoking weed. Like, what is this? I thought we were like just chilling, man. I know we disagree. I don't want to just say you're stupid. No, you're stupid.
Speaking of which, light one up, tip one back.
You're saying retarded. Like, we can talk about these things. I think it's interesting that you brought up the Jared Kushner thing. I haven't really read into that.
I mean, right wingers are morons.
We agree on like the Nancy Pelosi stuff that she made 20 times her salary with one trade.
Brother, I've been I tell my chat, hold on. My chat will verify this. I tell them all the time that we can work with people like Thomas Massey or even Dan Crenshaw about banning stock trades.
But yeah,
that'd be awesome. I'm so down with that.
Congress should not be allowed to trade stocks. Nobody who holds public office should be allowed to hold or trade stocks, in my opinion.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Well, hold.
I'm sure Trump doesn't agree with that.
Well, I mean, there are probably logistical questions. Like, what if you own stock and then you want to run for Congress? Are you excluded from, like, being eligible? But, like, what the point is the insider.
Yes, you have to divest.
Trading while you are. Well, no, I'm just saying like there are some more variables I think we probably could say, but we're not legislative. We don't need to do that on stream tonight.
Well,
but,
there are.
The principle that you're making, where we have people taking advantage of insider knowledge to trade, like 100%. Anything that we can do to prevent that, I'm on board with.
So there are actually different bills. Hold on. There are actually different bills on the table. One of them is to put all politicians' money into a blind trust. So you don't have to divest from the stock market, but it all has to go into a blind trust, and then they don't have control over it anymore. So they're not making any stock trades or anything.
Right.
It's kind of like, it all kind of goes into mutual funds or whatever.
Some of the issues we've seen, though, are like friends and family trading, and it's like...
Agreed.
I guess, how do we cover for that and stuff?
You ban immediate family from trading. I'm totally on board with that.
I could get on board.
We hate rich people. Rich people are the problem.
I don't hate rich people.
Why not? They're the source of all your problems.
No,
what if you
I
had
wanna be
30,000
rich.
viewers?
Why would I hate something that I want to be?
20 million.
That's what I don't make sense.
But you're more likely to be homeless than you are rich.
You're just currently embarrassed billionaires. That's all it is. You're just currently embarrassed billionaires. One day you're going to be it.
Yeah, you're more likely to be homeless than you are rich. So...
Is this why you let me sleep until 9 o'clock?
That's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a stupid argument.
That's not stupid. That's statistics.
It's called being realistic and being like objective with how you view things. Pretending that one day you might be rich, and that's why you need to protect rich people from being involved with taxes is just ludicrous, dumb, and short-sighted. I couldn't possibly respect that.
I agree.
Okay.
But I mean, like the data shows you are more likely to be homeless than you are to become a millionaire. Like, this is facts of life, my friend.
Wait, based on what?
I don't think I have the exact numbers, but if you go back, like, I forget how long. It said like 10,000 years, or like, no, 5,000 years, and you were gonna make $10,000 a day every day, all the way till now, you still wouldn't have near as much money as billionaires currently have.
Yeah, it's an insane. Do you realize how
do work like that?
Disproportionate billionaires and fucking and Elon didn't
work. It's a good point.
Elon didn't make his billions through any sort of hard work or improving a product or anything. He actually bought and leveraged his money. A lot of it came from government contracts. Still, he still sucks at the government teat because it's all that NASA money. SpaceX couldn't exist on its own.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. Elon's got
Hang
a lot
on.
from the government.
Elon is a scammer.
Oh well, Elon was a part of a group of people. It's the what is it? The PayPal mafia. Ever heard of those people?
Peter Thiel and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6, maybe 8 of them.
Yeah, fuck all those dudes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I dream and aspire to be something like that too.
What kind of talent you got?
That's the capitalist.
Lay it on me, my friend. Give me the elevator pitch. I might want to invest in you. I told you I own my own business. I might want to invest in you. Lay your elevator pitch on me. What kind of idea you got? Live the American dream. Might happen right here on this stream.
But I just want to point out that it wasn't about suggesting that's how numbers work with money. It was to give you a picture of how ludicrous defending billionaires is.
Why is it ludicrous?
I did a quick math. If you went back just 2,000 years.
Do you think? Hang on. Do you think that Elon Musk has a money? Hang on, bro. Hang on. Relax. Elon Musk doesn't have a money pile of 200 billion. This is like his assets, right?
Okay,
if you were talking about liquid cash, it's not like.
Well, I told you all money is imaginary.
It's supposed to be a mirror. It's supposed to show you how ridiculous it is. That's the point of what I said.
It's ridiculous just because it's a big number.
But it is because that's.
We don't live in the modern world without it. That's what I'm telling you.
No, the modern world is the way it is, not because it's better that way. What are you talking about?
I'm confused now.
Yeah, would you just fall apart?
But I'm also high, so.
The bottom line is
not high enough. Light one up, tip one back.
A good amount of money. Is that a good amount of money? $10,000 a day.
How is it being earned? Yeah,
I'm just asking you. I don't care. It doesn't matter how it's earned. Just pretend that you get it. Okay? Just you get that. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Even if you had a time machine and you had some serum to make you live forever,
make money.
you still would only at 2,000 years. You would still only have $7.4 billion. That is nothing compared to the $100 billion Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos has.
His money doesn't all move the same way.
It doesn't matter if it's not liquid. The point is that it's ludicrous.
It changes every day with the stock market. I mean, it's not even the same every day. And what I'm saying is, the higher you get on this economic ladder, the more that money moves, the faster.
I am posing an impossible situation. I am posing a ludicrous situation, and you are defending that ludicrous situation doesn't have merit. It's called reductio ad absurdum. It's called reductio ad absurdum. That's what I'm trying to do right now, and you do not give a shit.
No, I don't care that it's a big amount of money. No, I don't think that's relevant.
That's not the point that he's making.
Because apparently you don't understand the power of that much money.
Hey, Justin,
I'm not confused by big numbers.
Trolling?
Like, I don't understand what you're saying.
I know you don't understand what he's saying.
Billionaires don't just have money printers. Like, these are like assets. These are businesses. These are like things that we are.
You're not even honest about this. You don't even give a shit. Like, why do you? What do you like? Do you want? What do you want?
Dude,
it's not that he's not being honest. He's being good faith.
Your aggression out, dude. Like, you sound like you're about to fucking cry.
No, because you're not honest at all with anything you've said.
I'm being honest about how I feel 100%. I'm not trying to fucking like.
It's not about honesty. He's just ignorant.
Chill and have fun, and you're like also.
You're not engaging with what's being said in an honest way.
Engaging.
He doesn't understand how to engage in an honest way.
Bad faith there, Pentuple. You have bad faith, is what he's saying.
What? I don't even understand.
Yes, you are. He is, in fact, bad faith in talking about this.
But you can't.
You're literally just screaming at me about how big the numbers are and telling me that I should understand the numbers.
That's pretty fucking stupid.
I guess that should be my job, Phoebe.
We're talking about billionaires and why they should be taxed, why that thing matters, and you don't care about how ludicrous it is. You just don't.
Yeah, you're literally trying to convince me, dude, look how big the number is. Isn't that crazy? And I'm like, okay, it's a big number. And like, that's the only point you made on repeat.
It's the same with the Trump thing. Everyone's arguing about all the things Trump does. He's a fucking pedophile. Why are you supporting him?
There we are.
It's the end of the conversation. There's an absurd position you have. You have an absurd position.
Dude, let it out. Let it out. Punch something.
I think I am. I'm literally doing that right now.
I know you are. I can feel it.
You're telling me to do it because I'm already still fucking doing it. You're not getting me to stop, you stupid fuck.
Punch something. Let it out. Let it out.
It's okay. It's okay.
Menicale, you are.
Bro, did you know that numbers can get really big? Therefore.
Well, that's not the point that they were making.
That's literally the point they made 3 times. You'd have to go back 20,000 years and then multiply that 10,000 a day. Do you have any idea how astronomical that number is? It's inherently bad. That's literally what he said like 4 times, bro.
It's to show you how ludicrous
you would have made a better argument, Justin. Come on.
It's to show how ludicrous it is. What else do I need to do? What can prove to you that billionaires shouldn't exist? What would be needed to show you that?
Dude, I can't hear you on this microphone. I'm sorry.
Why? What do we need to do to prove that billionaires shouldn't exist?
I don't know. It's a tough sell.
Hang on. I'm really curious. What's your name? Orca. I'm really curious. If billionaires didn't exist, what kind of world would that look like? Please tell me that.
One with a lot less inequity. One with a lot less inequity.
Wait, you think that money would just... Wait, hang on. You think that the money that the billionaires create would just automatically be made up for by the rest of us?
There would be more business investment, yes. There would be more competition in the market.
You stupid fuck. If it's not in their pockets, it's somewhere else.
Bro, where is this aggression come from?
You're saying that
I'm talking to an idiot. I don't know if I'm talking to an idiot.
You are talking to an idiot.
You have no good faith, or you're an idiot. Choose.
Idiot! Don't ever assume malice.
You're gonna cry. I think that's the next phase of this, is crying. I think crying's the next phase.
I've said it multiple times. Anyway.
Like, dude, we're like, we can talk about billionaires, okay? So like the arguments I would make in defense of them is like these things like Amazon, these things like Tesla, like these car companies, these are all things that are like pretty vital. I don't think that
How are they vital?
I don't cars. We all drive cars. Every single car company.
So we need Tesla.
Right?
We need
No, I'm just saying, almost every industry that
we need government subsidies for Tesla
right
to exist. Tesla would not exist without government subsidies.
Why
and
are
you're
you
saying
so
that we should
mad?
fund that
Dude,
because you're devoid of any facts or understanding.
I'm trying to speak. Like, am I not making? I'm just
You
saying.
say something, and I'm telling you what's wrong.
Bro,
if someone starts telling you the Earth was flooded,
how am I
and you-
supposed to engage with you if you just want to scream at me? Like, I'm
you
trying
need
to
to
just
recognize
tell you.
a lot of the things you're saying are simply wrong and have
What
red
is simply
flags
wrong
from
about
the get-go.
saying that the industry? Okay, listen. Let me finish my point. The industries that we all take advantage of, things like the cars that we drive, the Twitch platform that we're on, these social media platforms. I don't know. The Gatorade that we drink. All of these companies have like, billionaires at the top. Okay, what I'm saying is that we don't have these things. If you get rid of billionaires, it's not like all of these things will still
They're
exist
gods,
in
dude.
that supply. Bro,
Yeah, they will.
They're not gods.
Do
They're
you wanna-
eating people. They're doing everything.
First of all, please go to Amazon, give Jeff Bezos $15 and upgrade that microphone, please. I know you hate billionaires, but this is the one exception that you should make.
No, my
You should buy a better
friend.
microphone.
If Amazon didn't exist, there would be 20, 30 other services in its wake
Sure, but
competing.
What do you think would happen?
Competing for that
Amazon's
market
a
space.
monopoly.
That's why you. That's why you have the higher tax rates that I was talking about earlier. It prevents consolidation.
right.
You want competition and not consolidation. That's why you enforce antitrust laws. Google, once again, they are a trust. They need to be busted up.
Okay, so like this is what we're
Because you're supposedly a free market guy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's you don't have a free market when you have consolidation in the market. That's why you need the government to keep the playing field fair.
I don't disagree with that. I don't think like all billionaires are good.
My problem
What I'm saying.
My problem with wealth in our system is that you can use your wealth to leverage it to make more money, to do things like what Walmart did, which I feel is unfair practices. They can come into a community and they can sell products at a loss to drive out the local competition and then raise the prices after they've driven out the competition because they can afford.
Yeah, I don't like monopoly.
Amazon does the exact same thing with their own Amazon basic products. They do the exact same thing that.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I don't really necessarily like, the
those are unfair practices.
I'd like to, I think the government has a role in that. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Okay,
with
well
that.
then you're advocating for putting regulations on billionaires and their ability to make these.
Well,
kinds of
no, slow down.
I mean, you can't have
Not
it both
really.
ways. You cannot have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
Dude, it's definitely more nuanced than that.
But why do you want to suck off a billionaire?
Let's not pretend like 4 Twitch streamers on Twitch in 10 minutes can summarize the entire issue with billionaires. It's a little more complicated.
It's pretty simple, my friend.
Yeah, Jared Kushner, we're having a fun discussion. We don't need to try to dunk each other. I'm trying to make the point. We're talking generally about billionaires, right? So let's come up with social media, for example. No, seriously, social media is a good example because part of the draw for me on Twitch, instead of something like Kick or Rumble, is that Twitch is like the live streaming platform, right? So even if you had like a diverse, 50, 100 different social media platforms, inevitably one of them would grow and become that platform, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like when that happens in the free market, you can't just prevent it because now it's getting rid of the product. Now we don't have that social media platform because you're pushing everyone onto different platforms. These things are going to happen in the free market, so it's not inherently bad that a business reaches that level of success and size, especially when they're catering nationwide and sometimes globally. Well, hang on, I'm allowed to make a point, all right? Am I allowed to make a point, or is this like your little get off stream? Like, what is that?
Shut the fuck up. You
Dude,
just
on
admitted.
something.
You just admitted.
Thank you.
That's the thing. You were just. You just admitted there needed regulation because
I'm not an anarchist.
Amazon Basics and as Justin said with Walmart, okay? How can you have that opinion where you're like, yeah, that's bad, but then you're simultaneously saying it's the free market? You do not understand nuance of the discussion you're having.
These things go to sit in front of judges and are argued by like lawyers for like weeks at a time when you're doing this is not that simple.
Fucking law says, you stupid fuck.
Dude, this aggro is just such a fucking.
To be fair, if I had life to do over again, I would have went to law school. I may still go one of these days.
You still could. Hey,
I might.
Genuinely could. You should.
I've thought about it.
You should. You should.
I would. Okay. Have you ever seen the movie?
Orca could handle it. Orca would get kicked out of class.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie where the?
Calm down. Dude, your responses immediately just insult. You're the most aggro person in this call. You shouldn't even be in this call.
And you should, Mr. We the People.
Yeah, me and Justin are making content right now.
That's me. We the people, okay? You're talking, yeah.
Me and Justin are going to talk a lot.
People right.
One day there's gonna be like.
Are you hitting on me?
People with need the people tattoos. And
you live in sexual anarchy.
Will never get fucks. No one will ever fuck them. That's your That's your literal future.
Vaccinated, unvaccinated. That's going to be a social thing now on the dating apps. It's going to be a clip.
Then I want.
I mean, it is a thing on the dating apps already.
Man, what does your search history look like, broski?
My search history?
This is wild, isn't it? Aren't we usually accused of
I like gangbangs and really fucking amateur porn. I like women that go to fucking glory holes and shit.
Hey yo.
Feeling a little
now I know where the freaking and JustinFREAKIN comes from.
Absolutely. My best friend will tell you I have earned my name. If I had life to do over again, though, I'd be Justin Muffins.
Justin Muffins.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day.
Everybody likes me better as Justin Muffins. I'm kind of committed to this whole freaking thing.
I feel you.
Anyway, fuck billionaires. We should send them all to the guillotine.
I think this will be an interesting question for you. What if you blow up on Twitch and you start making like crazy money? You know, like what would you do? I'm curious.
You try to
if you started making that money, Orca. I'm asking Justin. Come on.
That's
so
for
I want to know
if you had a billion. If you became Homelander, would you start lasering people?
Save this for your therapist, man. What the hell? I'm not paid to fucking listen to you cry. I just want to ask Justin this question.
Paid to listen to your stupid fucking ass. I don't know,
dude.
Well, I did invite him on, to be fair, you know.
Yeah, dude, we're trying to have a fun talk, and I want to hear what Justin says because I want to hear Justin's thoughts about what Justin would do if Justin started making really good money on Twitch. He makes good content. He is, the Troll Patrol.
Oh, well, thank you.
Get 30,000 viewers. You start blowing up. You get subs. You get all this.
Hassan numbers.
Orca, holy shit! Shut the fuck up, Orca. It's time for me to get out of you.
I don't think I want to anymore. Now.
Bro, I'm literally gonna just mute you, and I can't hear you. So I'll just wait for Justin.
Understand. This is what
I'll
it's
just
like.
assume you're done talking whenever Justin starts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell me what I go on.
Why doing this to him earlier?
Let me go. Hang on. Let me ask him.
Why all of a sudden you have an issue with it?
Did you get it out of your system?
Can I unmute him now? All right.
Orca, my friend, just chill, okay? Chill. I would actually like to answer this question. Is that cool? May I?
Does he have your permission, Orca? Thank you, Orca, for gracing us with fucking opportunity for someone to answer a question.
He's trying to talk and you're still talking. Shut the fuck up so we can talk.
Oh,
Man, you can't handle
What
it
do I
at
know
all,
about that,
man. You can't handle it back at all. All right, Justin, go ahead, Justin.
One person
Here we go.
Fucking troll. You have no honesty in any of this. You don't care at all.
No, I swear.
The point is that you think you're trolling me when I'm pretty sure we're trolling you right now.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So,
All right, Justin, here we go.
so when I sat down with my advisor in college, the very first advisor I had, got a better one later on. She asked me how much money I wanted to make, and I kind of like turned my head and was like, money? I wouldn't be going into broadcasting if I gave a shit about money. And it's never really been about money. Like, I've had multiple people, not to brag or any talk myself up, but tell me that, I should be a millionaire. That, like, I have the talent to make. They told me I had to move out of where I'm at and go to L.A. or New York, but that I had the talent to make it. And I don't care about it. Like, I'm not motivated by money.
I want to ask
Right,
Justin.
I know you're not motivated, but Justin, say you.
A similar question.
If
Okay.
If I was to all of a sudden blow up on Twitch, I would
You're still doing this because you love it, right? That's why you're doing it now.
Yeah, I make enough money to buy my pot like every month right now, and I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Perfect.
And I smoke a lot of pot,
Say,
so
you were just doing this as you love doing it, right? And then you're like, oh shit, it's generating like, 20 grand a month. And then what would you do with it? I mean,
I would-
someone said pay the mods. How much would you pay the mods? Do you think?
I would buy. I would slave labor these motherfuckers. That's why people get on to me for modding so many people. But no, these are my ride or dies that are gonna be with me if I ever blow up. And they're gonna work for free. I ain't gonna pay them fucking shit. No, I'm going to reinvest into. I would buy a cabin or a piece of property, kind of in a rural area that had good internet. And I think my dream is to have like a 24-hour, like a puppy kitty rescue stream, and like help me use the revenue from the stream to rescue animals and be able to feed them and take care of them, pay for their vet bills and shit. That would be my ultimate goal.
Kind of Mr. Beast-esque to me, a little bit, right?
Mr. Beast is a scammer.
Well, I assume we've all heard of the Mr. Beast. It's all kind of falling apart, right?
I was pretty sure Mr. Beast was always a scammer, my friend. I can kind of smell that shit.
No, but I'm saying like the creating
Yeah, I've
content,
never
using the
watched
content generated money. That's all. The only parallel I was making is like you would be making content using that revenue to do more good, and then by doing more good, and
Mr. Beast hasn't been doing good.
It's an interesting. I think it would work. I'm saying your idea would work. I'm not trying to say your
But
idea.
like, I would give money away. I would donate a lot of money because I don't care, man.
How would you decide who to
being
give it to, though?
being
Would you give it to me?
I have a lot of causes I'm really big on, like
Would you give me some
the Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm very that's usually who I donate to. The ACLU, I'm a really big proponent of. Amnesty International, I love them. The Innocence Project, I've been big on the Innocence Project a lot lately. And any kind of animal shit. Fucking, if it's animals, you got me. I'll give you money.
Say.
I have.
hope you pop off.
There's a question I
Hey,
can
what's up,
ask
Great Bay?
to the heart of what you wanted to ask him about. It's what would happen if he got big, and he doesn't have a big value in money. So I'm asking Justin, if we're doing hypotheticals, if all of a sudden you got superpowers, or you had ultimate power.
Do I get to decide which superpower?
It just assume it's whatever is best or has the most. You have it all. You can.
I'm a perv. I'd want X-ray vision.
Hey, yo.
Well, regardless of
Is that wrong of me to admit?
The point is that
That's
you have
wild.
That's
wild.
You live in sexual anarchy.
Can deal with
Out your
it.
arms, my third leg.
You weren't gonna abuse it.
Would I abuse a superpower?
would you hope that you weren't going to, like right now in your convictions, your understanding principles, would you hope that you didn't abuse power if you were managed to attain it?
I just said I would use X-ray vision to perv.
So mad. We're just talking about superpowers. He's still mad. Oh, I know, but it's just like you're incapable of speaking in any tone other than mad. Like
The first thing that came to my head was misusing a superpower.
I would, dude. Honestly, if I had a superpower, I'd use it all the time. They'd be like, "You can't fly around here." I'd be like, "Yes, I can. Hell yeah, I can. This is my something amendment right. I make it, past amendment, my 40th amendment right, whatever number we're on."
But would you use it for the greater good? Would you be a superhero or a supervillain?
What could I do if I can? Let's say I could fly. I would do good, but what would I do? Just be like mail, like important mail, like medicine. You know, oh, this medicine's got to get from DC to this remote place in Kentucky. I would fly it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great idea.
I would do that. I would do that. That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
All right, here, I'll say a superpower, and then you come up with a way to use it for good. I like this game. You want to play this game? We'll go around the Discord. So, Justin, you have the power of invisibility. How are you going to use this for good? Give me like a little scenario.
First thing that came to my mind was perving.
Oh, okay. How are you going to perv for good?
I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. I can stop some sexual abuse or something.
There you go.
Creep in people's bedrooms at night. Make sure nobody getting assaulted.
Stare at him on his
give Orca, Justin, give Orca a superpower, and then he has to do some good with it.
Fuck. Rubber arms. You're like a clay figure.
Elastigirl?
Yeah, like Gumby.
Good luck, Orca.
Turning me into Plastic Man, I could literally do anything.
Well, like what?
That already exists. Plastic Man is a person in the DC.
Well, okay, let's do Elastigirl then to make sure we're still in like the fantastical territory. If you were
molecules, however,
Elastiboy,
you're damn near God status. Yeah, I could do anything.
Well, so give an example.
Would you fight God?
Completely change the way you look to hide fucking visibility. You couldn't really get hurt. You could change yourself into a jacket that the president wears and hear every secret. You could steal anything and replace it with something they'd never know. The truth of it, they find out, oh, it's not the real one. You could, but
you could be a spy.
Very, very huge because you're not limited to a human shape. You're limited to your imagination in that sense.
That's awesome. All right, now give Snap a power. It's your turn.
Reality bending. You can, let's assume you forego the regular negatives of going insane. You can literally shape reality.
Like Scarecrow? You like sprinkle shit on people and
of the red. We're talking like go Marvel here. We're talking about the fucking. Fuck, my brain's not working on it. The stones. Fuck, Infinity Stones. You literally get red. That means you can do anything. Just think about it, and you can make it.
What character is this? Because I played Injustice. No, that's DC. Fuck.
Well, this is DC, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had reality benders. A good example of reality bender in Marvel is the Scarlet Witch. The problem is she's a little insane because of it. But again, I said we're going to.
What kind of woman?
All right, good luck, Snap.
I mean, it's anything. You
shape reality. If I had that superpower, then I would make it. I'd make the world round, and actually tell people and have them to be able to see the world and see it round.
What did you just say? You'd make the world round?
I got a lot of questions.
Wait, you're reality bending. Hold up. I forgot your superpower because I didn't even. Go ahead. Sorry. anyone
I
else
mean,
talk.
That's it. Like I'd make the Earth a sphere and make other little Earths and different things spheres and bend that reality into that way and make it to where people could actually see it.
Hey, me and Justin, round earthers, high five. Let's go. We're us boys over here.
Pretty sure Orga's with us on that one. Three out of four people are round earthers.
No, it's all right. Snap. I'll give you a different superpower. You have super speed. Use it for good. We'll go a little simpler.
Use it for good. Can I,
He thought making the flat Earth round was good.
No, it's because I've gone on Pentupo stream and talked about it.
Are you a flat earther?
I believe in planes of existence.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked.
Dude, Justin, I don't know what to do with that answer either.
I can believe in planes of existence.
Right? Where else do we go?
But that's open to a lot of interpretation.
Relate to the shape of the Earth.
Well, wrap your head around this, all right? Because it's really not that hard to conceptualize once I compare it to things that you already believe in.
I'm gonna get producer Dave.
Well, imagine the vastness of space going infinitely in either direction. We don't know the end of it, but we know that there's possibly could be an end. We kind of can tell, but we really can't with our telescopes, right? You
say telescopes again.
Of the vastness of nothing and put water and land there. That's a plane of existence. The basis of this is off of alternate realities. In order for something to have an alternate reality, you have to have a baseline. You have to have a stable point in the reality. This is a plane of existence. So I believe that our world is a plane of existence of water and land that goes out infinitely in either direction, north, south, east, and west.
That space is in place.
It also goes upward, and space is actually that vastness. But the vastness of space is water. That's what the dark matter is, and that's why we can't reach the bottom of our oceans, because it's dark matter. And that's why when NASA went into the oceans, they quickly went up and said, we're going to space, because they realized it was
want to
dark
derail
matter.
this so hard.
NASA went in the ocean?
Any other conversation ever.
And so space is water. We're surrounded by a rakia, or like a dome fixture. It's created from the air interacting with the water on a subatomic level, because it's dark matter.
All right.
And it creates a hard shell. The water in our seas, it has holes in it, like
I can't take it anymore. This has to end.
No, keep going. I'm enthralled.
It's like, all right, well, hang on. I need to take another hit off the pipe.
Justin believes in aliens.
What kind of pipe? Is it a meth pipe? Crack pipe? What are you smoking?
I want to know.
Mary Jane's always sweet.
Okay. Light one up, tip one back.
I was on crack. I'm just asking, where did you get this from a thinker? Did you think it up yourself? Where did this come from?
Oh God, I didn't know everybody's voted to hang up on you guys.
Creating reality.
Wait, me or just Snap?
All of you.
Go against the flat earther.
I do the news. This has been a detour.
That's true. Can I do the news with you? Okay, fine. No, just kidding. Go ahead, do this.
Do the news with me. Kind of a one-man show.
Do it a different time where I'm more prepped, I guess. I don't want to just throw you off. You got to do the news.
I was enjoying the flat Earth conversation.
Oh, I hate it.
I actually was in that too. I want to understand where he got it from, but I can't get that answer.
I'm much more interested in whether, not that that matters, but I'm curious if you guys believe in aliens. Are you guys like aliens definitely out there group, or are you in like the aliens might not be out there?
Aliens are definitely out there, but we don't know of a life form, a carbon-based life form. We don't really know that anything else could be based on another matter. No carbon-based life form could make the trip to get to us, so it's not likely that we're able to interact with aliens. What?
They might as well not exist, right? Because like even if they do, we're never going to be able to like interact because of the what you were describing.
We might be able to like send signals or something that might get to them one day.
Wouldn't they have to go faster than the speed of light, though?
I don't think
that's sort of the barrier that separates us. I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It depends on how far you are. You guys hate me, and you feel discredited, but I do have a degree in physics.
You're fine, Orca. You're fine. Lay it on us. Lay the alien talk on us.
The chances that aliens exist might be.
Oh wait, no, my bad. Sorry, I thought he did.
The chances that aliens might exist might be probabilistically very high, but the chances that we're ever going to meet them is very low. I don't know if anyone's heard of some of the basic problems with it, but like they do have some of those, including the one you brought up of they'd have to be faster than the speed of light, but that's not necessarily the case. It depends on how far they are away from us. The expansion of the universe can get to the point where if you go so far away from like our current position, that it effectively makes it impossible for us to ever even interact with that place, because light just can't, we could never get there. It stops. But that's a different problem. You have many other problems. One, tiny. Like, there could have been a million different species that existed on tons of planets, even within our galaxy. But I mean, that could be spread out between millions upon millions of years, and they could have all died off. And you would never have any, even little bit of evidence they ever existed. That's just one. Two is, would they fucking kill themselves like we're about to do? What's the chances of a civilization growing to the point that it's capable of getting into the stars? What kind of societal things do they have? Society? How does that work? There's so many what ifs. It's crazy. And those are just two of the small problems. But
okay, but can you answer this one question for me? Do they eat rocks?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
We eat rocks.
I eat rocks on a daily basis.
Crack rocks.
Also, hi Justin, how are you?
I'm great.
It is me, the Phoebe. I'm back. I'm here.
Phoebe! I've been told to hang up on everybody. You came just in time to get hung up
I won't
on.
take it personally. We can call it here. I had a great time.
I was
Thanks for
gonna do
having
something
me.
funny, but damn, okay.
Well, no, we want funny. Lay it on us.
Oh, you want funny? Can I bring a friend in real quick? Can I bring a buddy, a real pal in?
We're really doing a fucking orgy here, aren't we?
Yeah, just a little guy who really wanted to show up. He's from a far off land, known as Canada.
Ew. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know I love the Canadians.
What's up? It's me. It's Phoebe's bestest friend ever.
Hey, Phoebe's best friend.
How do you pronounce
just love your company and your icon and everything else like that.
Yes.
What is that icon, anyways?
I made it. It's completely. It's a Foob original.
Nice.
Yes, noise.
So I was promised funny.
I expected funny.
I was sold the product.
Foob, I expected you to have a bit. I expected you to have a whole.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Whatever. I hate you.
What? What happened?
I thought you had a bit. I thought they had a bit.
I thought a bit was coming.
I do have a bit. I do. I'm
Okay.
just waiting.
Well, lay it on us.
You late. Phoebe, you've ruined everything.
How have I ruined everything?
By being yourself, by being your true self.
Did I not walk into some trap?
I'm being verbally abused by a Canadian. What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
It's been known to happen.
I can't stand it here.
Can you say about?
About?
Why did you not say it right?
I heard it in there. I definitely heard it in there. It wasn't that strong, but it's in there.
We were trying. Snap, can you say telescope again?
Telescope?
Say it again, Snap.
Telescope.
Telescope?
No, he so said telescope.
Telescope.
I'm from the West. It's where
That's
we're like,
adorable.
He's
the
not one of
boring
those
kind of
Canadians. He's
Yeah, I'm not one
those
of those Canadians.
He's not like all the other Canadians, you see.
Yeah. You know,
I'm a
those
Texan.
Canadians.
Those bastards.
What are they like? I got a lot of Canadian friends.
Quoting Texan.
Hello. I'm actually friends
hello,
with everyone in
Texans.
Canada, so I might know them.
Yeah. So true.
hmm
Yes, yes.
So anyway, Phoebe, a lobotomy.
Yes.
They put it through the eye socket.
Going.
Phoebe's trying to tell me that, like, historical lobotomies, they would be
I thought they went through the nose.
a part of a brain, a part
Wait,
of your
no,
brain
wait,
out
that's a
through the eye.
No, I thought it was up through the nose.
It's something to do with a pokey stick in your brain and your eye.
I don't know.
for
You
sure.
probably do it through the nose. But like, chat.
How did we get on lobotomies?
Didn't they like stick it up there and like wiggle it around, do a bit of a yoinky splinky?
They cut off what's the little thing in the frontal lobe?
Yeah,
They cut that. They just
They don't pull it out of your brain like.
yeah. They just disconnect
The
it.
question is, do you think it worked?
Yeah.
For anyone ever?
What makes you like a fucking vegetable? Is that
Yeah, I think it
offensive?
just caused brain damage. and
No,
then
it makes
people,
you
like-
American. It makes you like really
How dare you?
dispassionate. It
All right,
gives you
get rid of the
huge
Canadian.
appetite.
Damn it! How dare you?
My God.
It's my God-given right as a Canadian to shit talk America
Right.
at every given
fair.
opportunity.
That's fair.
All right, you guys are welcome to stay in the space. I'm gonna find out what that news be doing with the chat.
This fucking bastard.
Thanks for
You
having
en-
me on,
you
Justin.
enjoy.
Catch it. We'll do it again
show.
sometime.
Good night, everyone.
Everything.
Lobotomy. What in the? I love it. I love it. Dabby said get back to the news multiple times. Thank you for the follow, Snap. Anonymously said hang up on caller. Media Winch said hang up on caller. Media Winch said get back to the news. I love all of you. Thank you for the follow. Pentuple, Unknown, Frost, Skullfracker. Skullfracker 9000. That's awesome. I'm almost out of weed. I was counting on like my Twitch paycheck to buy my weed, and Twitch ain't paid me yet. It was by the 15th. So I might not need to be hitting the bong so I can make sure I got a couple bowls before I can go in the next couple of days. Trump suggests he'll flee to Venezuela if Harris wins the election. Please call Cheech for me. Nanya, good evening. I didn't say good evening to everybody. There's probably a lot of people that snuck in. Shadow Hunter? Space-Time Flower? Hello. Good evening, my friend. I'm glad to have a Moper. Good evening. Goddamn, while we're at it. Time for the lurker shout out of the night. Grumble Stiltskin, good evening. Welcome in. Thank you for being tonight's lurker in chat. You don't have to say anything. We just want to show you a little love. A little lurker love. Joey, good evening. Flute, I have no idea what strain I'm smoking. I don't even remember if my dude told me. He usually does, but I usually forget as well. Phoebe sneaking in here on me. Good evening. I think I got everybody. If you didn't get your proper salutation, got some apple fritter First of all, I kind of want an apple fritter. They are so good. I always go with whatever the most sativa is because I smoke all day. Yes, what that news be doing. I'm sorry, not a conjure. Trump. Snicks, did you not see any of that? Have you not been here for like the last 2 hours? That's about how long it happened, didn't it? It's about 2 hours of a detour. Trump suggests he'll flee to Venezuela if Harris wins the election. Donald Trump has apparently considered the possibility that he might lose the 2024 election, and if he does, his plans for the future involve a one-way ticket to Venezuela.
And again, I told you that crime rates all over the world are going way down, which makes sense. In fact, the next time what we'll do is if something happens with this election, which would be a horror show, we'll meet the next time in Venezuela because it'll be a far safer place to meet than our country, okay? So we'll go, you and I will go, and we'll have a meeting and dinner in Venezuela because that's what's happening. There.
I would assume they don't have extradition, and Milei would be favorable to Trump, I assume, would provide him with safe haven. That would be my assumption. This is a former Minneapolis. He's not going to follow through on it. And I didn't figure he would go to Venezuela. I figured it'd be Russia for sure. Next would be one of those Eastern European countries that is like a Hungary. Hungary and Hungary are two different places. I don't know. I will be the first to admit I don't know my geography. Too cold for him. Fair enough. This is an ex-Minnesota bar owner whose family-run business this was from the New York Post. Notice the slant. His business was torched in the 2020 riots.
I think the community needs an apology for Walls. You know, it's terrible. Yeah, that should never be.
What should never be? I said Hungary. I'm Hungary right now. I wanted my tacos. That dude didn't even really say anything. New York Post shouldn't have even published that. This is what I get. This is what I get for not being a pre-watch Andy. I didn't have any idea that it was a whole nothing burger. Tim Walz responded to attacks, including the one about his military service.
Guys are even attacking me for my record of service. And I just want to say, I'm proud to serve my country, and I always will be.
It is a tabloid.
With my dad's encouragement,
we get a wide variety of sources.
Served in the Army during the Korean War. I signed up for the Army National Guard 2 days after my 17th birthday. I served for the next 24 years for the same reason all my brothers and sisters in uniform do. We love this country. Then in 2005, I felt the call of duty again, this time of being service to my country in the halls of Congress. My students inspired me to run for that office, and I was proud to make it to Washington. I was a member of the Veterans Affairs Committee and a champion of our men and women in uniform. I'm going to say it again as clearly as I can. I am damn proud of my service to this country.
I tried my best to get into Neo and I couldn't do it.
You should never denigrate another person's service record. Anyone brave enough to put on that uniform for our great country.
Thank you for your cervix.
I just have a few simple words. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
This is another union event. No, I tend to play, I will get off a stream and play video games now after the show, and I tend to not be able to keep up with, intense combat. I like a little challenge. I don't like the Souls challenge. I really want to play Bloodborne. Because it's supposedly one of Sony's masterpieces. I'm a PlayStation fanboy, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to suffer through it. And plus, I like action adventure RPGs. That's kind of my story-driven single-player action adventure RPGs. Ooh, I am on a PS5 as well. I totally demolished Rebirth? Yeah, Rebirth. That's what it was called. Finished it off months ago. I can't find Smoke. Somehow I can't. Oh, there he is. Was indeed Smokey. Smokey Bong. Totally in my lap right now. JD Vance helped fund a startup claiming to bring jobs and prosperity to the Appalachian region, but apparently it was a fucking nightmare.
It was a nightmare that should have never happened.
That nightmare happened here at this nearly empty greenhouse in eastern Kentucky. App Harvest, a failed high-tech startup, promised local workers a future that spiraled into broken promises. Anthony Morgan bought into the company's public pitch that it was for Appalachia by Appalachians.
We was being told that, hey guys, he's from here.
Thank you. Wow.
He is J.D. Vance, the Republican nominee for vice president.
I will be a vice president who never forgets where he came from.
Leaning on his personal rise out of poverty.
I actually am from there.
Donald Trump's running mate.
I chose him because he's for the worker. He's for the people that work so hard and perhaps weren't treated like they should have been.
But before politics, Vance was a venture capitalist and App Harvest's first outside investor, eventually steering millions of dollars to the company. Vance was a lead pitchman for the vertical farming startup, tweeting he was a supporter and investor, writing, "I love this company."
It's a great business that's making a big difference in the world.
The company's investor presentation pledged a commitment to Appalachia, estimating thousands of new jobs to a poverty-stricken area.
A major emphasis with them was, we want to bring work to Eastern Kentucky. This is why we are here.
Morgan left a stable job to join App Harvest as a crop care specialist, pruning the greenhouse-grown vegetables. A single father with 6-year-old twins, the job rapidly turned when production fell behind under what a dozen workers described to CNN as mismanagement, including dangerous conditions. Employees filed multiple complaints to the state and federal government alleging heat exhaustion, working in extreme temperatures, and lack of water breaks, though the cases were all closed with no citations.
I think about the hottest that I experienced was around 128 degrees.
Inside?
Inside. Couple days a week, you'd have ambulance show up, and you seen people leaving on gurneys to go to the hospital.
The cuts came next to promised worker benefits, and then foreign workers came in to fill those so-called local jobs.
The second round of folks they brought in was folks on work visas. And they didn't bring just a van full. They brought bus loads.
Documents show App Harvest hired contract workers from outside the region. At one point, as many as 500, the majority of its workforce, not locals. But that's not the image App Harvest wanted the world to see. This is Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell visiting in 2021.
Mitch McConnell coming through. Were the migrant workers there at the time?
You're like,
no, they hid them away.
it doesn't look like there's any.
They hid these guys. They took them out of the plant. They was gone. And then Mitch McConnell's giving a speech about all this work that App Harvest has brought Eastern Kentuckians.
I like the idea of taking the tomato market away from the Mexicans. How about that?
So they were trying to hide the migrant.
Wow.
Specifically, yeah.
This worker, who asked not to be identified, says the hiring of migrant workers became part of a mirage that App Harvest was helping.
Once again, the backbone of our economy.
He took this video as his co-workers clapped for visiting investors.
And anytime they did that, they kept workers off the floor doing our like stationary parade while people come through. And yeah, it was awkward having to stand there and just be a prop.
A prop for what?
You know, look at all of these poor folks we're employing.
The worker says it's impossible to forget about his time at App Harvest as J.D. Vance ascends to national politics.
He's gotten away with a lot of money and fame for...
Oh, especially in agro fields in...
OHIO. He's just another grifter.
Southwestern U.S.
Carpetbagger, another tourist who wants to tell us what we are.
Yep.
Vance left the board in April 2021 to run for the Senate. Shortly after, shareholders filed suit claiming they were misled. By 2023, App Harvest had filed for bankruptcy a little more than 2 years after its public launch.
Wow.
Workers in this failed startup say they are the real people in the Vance.
And I'm throwing it out. Tomatoes don't usually look like that. I don't know if growing hydroponically indoors, you get a more uniform looking tomato. I assume it's some sort of fucking genetic seed. But tomatoes are supposed to look kind of funky. Those are the best tomatoes.
Story. Do you blame J.D. Vance for any of this?
I blame all of the original investors at App Harvest. The original board of directors know what was coming. You would have had to have been an idiot not to have.
A spokesman for Vance said JD was not aware of the operational decisions regarding hiring, employee benefits, or other workplace policies, which were made after he departed App Harvest's board. Like all early supporters, JD believed in App Harvest's mission and wishes the company would have succeeded.
I think right-wingers aren't... I think they're in for a huge shock after November. But it's also going to be fertile ground for Trump to say that, you know, it was rigged against him. Because they're all prepped to... They think they're going to win. I didn't think they were going to win when it was Joe Biden. So I certainly don't think they're going to win now. I think all the momentum is on the Democrat side. And the Republicans are going to suffer a resounding loss. They weren't going to deal with it well. What was the idea? Why would you be so upset about the Democratic primary when you're not a Democrat? I think it being a huge loss makes it more likely they're gonna claim fraud no matter what. I think they're gonna see, because it's such a huge loss, they're gonna say it was a dictator. They rigged the vote just like a dictator would. Free stolen. Yeah, they're already calling fraud. But hey, a burglary was reported at the Trump campaign office in Virginia. This coming just days after we found out they were hacked. Things are not going well for the Trump campaign. They are in a free fall. They are in a spiral. They apparently can't go anyplace because he owes money to all these venues. He can't be outside anymore because of the assassination attempt. This is insane. Also, we are less than a week away from the start of the DNC. And usually parties get a bump coming out of the convention. So we'll see what happens this coming week. A burglary was reported over the weekend at a Virginia campaign office for former President Donald Trump, and authorities are investigating whether anything was stolen. It happened on Sunday at an office in Ashburn being leased by the Trump for President 2024 campaign. It also serves as the headquarters of the Virginia 10th District Republican Committee, according to a news release from Northern Virginia's Loudoun County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office was contacted around 9 p.m. on Sunday. The office said it has surveillance video that shows someone wearing dark clothing with a dark cap and carrying a backpack. The video shows a person breaking in and going through the office. The Sheriff's Office spokesperson said officials expect to issue an update once more is known. Build up the walls. I'm gonna skip all the cop death. We're gonna skip all the hard news. Yeah, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for later. Let's do this. Skipping all the hard news. This one still might be a little graphic. Who knows? A man decides to jump off a bridge instead of letting the cops arrest him. This happened in Tampa. Quesadilla, good evening.
Yes, you're being detained. Have a seat. Yep, he's in the water.
A suspect allegedly tried to escape the heat from police by jumping in the water, but he didn't get too far.
Hey, come here. You got anything on you? Got a knife or anything?
Hey, come here.
Police in Daytona Beach, Florida say they stopped a man walking alone on a bridge while they were looking for a robbery suspect from a nearby incident. While cops say they thought it would be an easy apprehension, the suspect clearly had other plans.
Yep, he's in the water. This is going to be him on the bridge.
It didn't take long for Marine units to catch up with him and fish him out of the water.
On the floor. Help him with cuffs.
Richard Martinovics is charged with robbery with a weapon and obstructing an officer without violence, in addition to 4 counts of violating his pretrial release conditions. He's set to be arraigned next month. His attorney had no comment. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Yeah, where did he think he was gonna go? You gonna swim down to Cuba? Smokey, get out of the fucking blinds. Staying in Florida. Okay, this happened in Tampa. The other one, I may not know where it... Okay. Come on, man. You always fuck everything up. Come on. Oh my God, he went back around the other way. Smokey. He's being a terror tonight. Smokey. Get out of the blinds. Hold on. He's mad. He huffed at me. He just... I was like, well, you do that. Usually he's chill as fuck, but apparently, like, he was up to something. He's wilding out tonight. There might be, there's a cat that comes over and visits him. And it'll be outside the window, and he goes fucking nuts. None of the others care, but Smokey. Smokey cares. Let's watch some cops use some VR in their training. I wonder if it's a training to, like, you know, beat up unarmed black people. This is what they're doing at Cop City.
But it's going high tech.
Woodridge Police unveiling a new state-of-the-art
This is in Illinois.
reality training system. Tia Ewing got to see how it works.
ACAB, motherfuckers.
It looks like they are playing a video game.
Special Olympics indeed.
But what is about to unfold is no laughing matter.
I got blood on the table right in front of you.
These officers are learning de-escalation tactics.
Start listening or I'm going to tase you. Do you understand? Taser down. Suspect's going down.
And in some cases, in the virtual reality training, there's no choice but to use force.
Jesus, those graphics are so 2010.
The live rounds.
I got left. Tourniquet.
Sergeant Jody Porras has been a police officer for 2 years.
I hate these fuckers.
In the history of the village.
Don't tase me, bro.
In line of duty, thankfully. But these scenarios we go through almost daily. These are domestics that you're responding to. Going into an unknown house is pretty common. You know, you can see the streets.
This new state-of-the-art VR training system, known as Operator XR, was developed in Australia. It's the first time it's being used in the state of Illinois.
You can actually use your tactics when you're trying to clear a bed or a bedroom or a room that you're coming up to. It's a lot. It's never going to be real world. But it's the next best thing, I think, that I've ever experienced.
Similar to playing video games, there's a headset where you can see real scenarios right before your eyes, and there are sensors where you can use your hands. Some of the suspects even hurl insults at the officers. From routine traffic stops to de-escalating high-stress situations, the officers have no idea what they are walking into during the training.
Wow.
I tried doing target practice during a gun range simulation. The village board approved the equipment at the tune of $110,000 using federal seizure funds, meaning taxpayers don't have to foot the bill.
Jesus!
Says officers are critiqued on their performance.
When we put officers through a scenario, they're going to debrief that scenario and kind of critique and say, hey, this is what we did really well, and this is the, hey, you know what?
This is Brian Posehn playing a character.
An alternate tactic there.
In addition to what you just heard the chief say there, he also wants to make sure that all 51 officers that are sworn in within the department get the training. From Woodridge, Tia Ewing, Fox 32.
Thank you, Tia. Tia's cool in my book. You know who's not cool in my book? Katy fucking Perry. Her downfall needs to be studied. Katy Perry's Lifetime's video shoot under investigation for environmental infringement. Katy Perry's rollout of her new album 143 has not been going well. First, after it was revealed that the record would feature production from the disgraced Dr. Luke. Fuck him. I love Kesha. Its lead single, Woman's World, offered no redemption and fell off the Hot 100 just 1 week after debuting at number 63. Now its second single, Lifetimes, is out, which is slightly more sonically interesting, but also has been marred by controversy. Perry shot the Lifetimes music video in Spain, or in Spain's Balearic Islands, which include Ibiza. I'm not rich. I don't know how to pronounce it. Local news outlets report that Balearic government's environmental department has opened an investigation to determine whether the video shoot had a negative ecological impact on the area, namely the protected sand dunes on Espalmador, a private tiny islet. The department says Perry didn't have permission to film on El Salvador. Her production company allegedly didn't even apply for a permit. And the video sees her riding a motorcycle. Well, when you're doing like guerrilla production, it's better to, ask permission, or it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. The video sees her but she's a fucking multi-million-dollar fucking star with a huge record label behind her that fucking headlined the Super Bowl. Come on, get proper clearance. Video sees her riding a motorcycle along the beach and lounging in multiple different boats. Esplanador is a well-preserved island and boasts great ecological value. Let's give it a go here. I'm gonna do this is my first time listening to it. Ma'am, you're no chabble. Oh, well. It's a pretty good shot to pause on, I guess. I mean, she's got some assets.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
The music is so generic, Quesadilla. Oh, King Burrito, thank you for being a freaking follower. Last night, I think it was last night. Yeah, it was last night. Couldn't have been any other night because last night was Monday night. Caitlin Collins from CNN was on with Stephen Colbert on The Late Show, and apparently the audience got a good chuckle out of what she had to say. Oh, hold on. Gotta turn that volume back up.
Trump has kind of been thrown.
Oh, that was great. I'm so glad we watched that. That made me happy. Did you know that Harley Davidson has gone woke? The right is now trying to cancel Harley Davidson.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
A former outlaw biker sounds off on Harley Davidson going woke. Famous motorcycle brand Harley Davidson is recently... we're reading from some right-wing outlet. American Tribune. It is right-wing propaganda to the max. Famous motorcycle brand Harley Davidson has recently got backlash after being exposed for embracing a woke corporate agenda. Over the years, tough and gritty motorcycle clubs have given the brand an edgy image that many claim created the appeal around Harleys. However, the bikers of this generation who bought Harley Davidson to prominence now feel that the company has forgotten them. James Hollywood Mrs. Sorry is a former one-percenter outlaw biker, a Nazi bike group, who recently expressed disdain for the direction Harley Davidson has gone.
You guys, I don't want to make this video. I love Harley. I've owned Harleys most of my life, but I will never own a Harley again. If you love America, you won't own a Harley. And let me explain to you guys why I'm so upset and why you should be upset. The CEO of Harley is a woke zealot. This man wrote the book on wokeism. He wants to fundamentally change who you are, how you live, and how you think, and how you raise your family. This man started an organization called the B Team.
I'm assuming the motherfucker just wants to sell motorcycles, to be completely honest with you, dipshit.
And his sole purpose is to fundamentally change how you think. And now you have to ask yourself, why Harley Davidson, an American company, a World War II company, why does this company have this fundamental German zealot that knows nothing about America?
What?
Why is he the CEO? And I'll tell you guys, there's two companies, Vanguard and BlackRock. $10 trillion, they own everything. When you want to know who the enemy is, it's BlackRock and
Yet again, tax rich people out of existence, so BlackRocks and shit can't invest in everything and have their fucking tentacles and everything. You're so close to the fucking point, you moron.
Vanguard. Who is one of the biggest owners of these companies? George Soros. This German they put in this company is an industry plant by this corrupt,
it's a Jewish conspiracy.
Sick leftist oligarch to ruin, control, and manipulate Harley. If you love America, you will not own a Harley. And I'm getting rid of this Harley as soon as possible.
Hey guys, I'm getting me some Kid Rock vibes with Bud Light last year when he machine gunned cases of the beer out in his property.
Here you've got UFC champion Sean Strickland pretty much insinuating the same thing will happen to his Harley Davidson after Harley went woke. And isn't it odd that Harley Davidson, an American company, at least they thought it was an American company, has a German...
So apparently that was a UFC fighter, not the... This is the former Nazi biker. It was apparently on Fox News.
As thousands of bikers descend on Sturgis, South Dakota for the annual motorcycle rally.
The time of the year again.
Brand Harley Davidson is facing some backlash. A conservative activist named Robbie Starbuck is claiming that the rough and tough American
Who's this guy?
And says the new CEO is pushing the company to embrace DEI initiatives and progressive policies. His post even catching the attention of Elon Musk, who wrote on X, quote, doesn't sound super compatible with their customers.
What are these fuckers talking about? Is woke in the room with us right now? Yes, because, you know, token get woke. That's my motto. They get upset over absolute bullshit they make up. Dude in Maryland's all pissed off about immigration. I can't believe I asked him that, and he was Maryland. Really, motherfucker? How close is Maryland to the fucking southern border? Watch how this puppy reacts. Do you even need a leash at that point? How well behaved is that boy? He might get excited and lose his mind, though. But man, is he smart. I can't believe I've never played this fucking video before. I've had it for a while. I was like, oh shit, I came back across it earlier. If you're watching on Twitch, you're heading over to Echoplex Media. It's down ballot time. Oh, you know what? I'm calling an audible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were looking forward to down ballot. If you're watching on Twitch, you're heading over to Soup from a Bread Line. I also recommend Echoplex. Go watch you some down ballot if you want some local San Jose, San Francisco Bay news. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol, live.
Moment more so than they will the Earth being in peril or something like that. So yeah, I actually, this is the first time in my life I don't know if I'm peeing.
Holy shit, hey, hi, yes, hello, and welcome, JustinFREAKIN, Mr. Muffins. How the hell are you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. So sorry, I was busy sprinting to the kitchen to make a sandwich, and I have only just returned. It was very fortuitous, the timing. Welcome in. I hate it when I don't, what? When I don't know when I'm, what? If you don't know me, I am your Uncle Soup. We do comfort content. We do, just whatever I'm interested. I used to have a big long spiel, but I'm coming back from an incredibly long hiatus. Like, genuinely, I think I have streamed 10 times over the last 9 months. Like, big hiatus. I've had a severe case of life. So we're just getting back into it. Get something to eat, get some water to drink. The ice in your whiskey does not count. And go take your meds. One of you forgot, and it's always one of my regulars. Justin, I missed you too. Oh my god, I missed you too. I have been touching so much grass. It's been very good. It's been great. Oh shit, I didn't close my, okay, I'm gonna put this back on. I have to go close my door. I sprinted in here. Movie rules, never close a door, right? But my partner is in a D&D session, so I have to have the door closed. I will be right back.
Alright, after this, because he's out.